I was doing the math, right? Like one of my reels got like 1 million views on this Ironman thing. I was thinking about it, like that's 0.5% of the entire planet Earth. Why on earth are you deciding to run 100 miles in
7 days.
7 days? 100 miles in 7 days with no training.
With no training.
Why?
It's really easy to pretend to yourself that you can do something when you don't try. It's really safe to be like, oh, I can make a lot of money like if I wanted to, but I don't want to make money because money's evil.
You're going to need a lot of lube. Go to the running store and get a big fat. You're talking a big old blob of it. And you're gonna put it all right there.
Yep.
Because if you don't, you're gonna get hamburger ass. And then it's not about anyone anymore. It's about I can't wait.
It's about McDonald's now.
Yeah, it's about quarter pounder with cheese in between my thighs.
Welcome to the Dead Billionaire Podcast.
Welcome to the DVP.
DVP's kind of a crazy name.
All right.
It sounds a little raunchy.
So I want to set this up by kicking it off with one good question, and then we'll just rip. Why on earth are you deciding to run 100 miles in how many days?
7 days.
7 days. 100 miles in 7 days with no training.
With no training.
Why?
I guess technically 8 days.
8 days.
Same thing. I think it's really easy to get in the land. It's really easy to pretend to yourself that you can do something when you don't try. It's like
fair.
It's really safe to be like, oh, I can make a lot of money like if I wanted to, but I don't want to make money because money's evil.
I could do that.
Yeah. Oh, I could run a marathon if I tried, but I don't want to run a marathon because I have other things. I'm busy.
Right.
It's like nobody like when people say like, oh, I don't have enough time or I've been too busy. It's just I didn't prioritize, which is fine. I don't actually care if I do the 100 or not. I'm going to. I know I'm going to because when I say I'm going to follow through on something, I follow through on it.
Okay.
But it's more so like the reminder of like who I can be and like who I'm in the process of becoming every single day. Actually, a friend called me out. They said, why are you doing this 100-mile race with no preparation? Like, don't you know it's about the journey, not the destination? Like, you doing this for clout? Like, they were trying to, kind of challenge me on like doing this 100 without any prep.
Sure.
And like, why you just trying to like jump to the thing? And I think recently I've gotten very comfortable not being in the process. Like the daily, like if we say like we are what we do daily and like every single day we should like pay success its dues, its rent. And I think recently, like I got a little too comfortable, like business was a little too easy and I wasn't training the same way. I asked you earlier off podcast, you've run a bunch of hundreds and you run a 240-mile race and you've done an Ironman now. If you make more money or less money when you're training. And like for me, I had the best month ever in take-home income the month after I completed my Ironman. And then the year after my Ironman was the most professional development I've ever had. And all came kind of on the back end of that momentum and that training and dedication. And so I want to add, I asked you that question. Do you think these things actually correlate? Professional development and running 100-mile races?
Yeah. I think it's something you said earlier, which is like, who are you becoming along the way type thing. It's funny you say that because whenever I was first getting into personal development, my two biggest like digital online mentors were Jordan Peterson and Patrick Bet-David. Like not even close. It's thousands of hours. I've consumed literally thousands of hours of their content just on repeat. I would drive back from Wilmington, North Carolina to Hickory, where I went to college, and I was just back and forth driving this and that, 4 hour each way.
Yep.
And I turned my car into a university.
Yes.
Right. Like the compound effect. Darren Hardy talked about like turning your car into a university, whatever. And like the guy who does that versus listen to rap music. Like there's this exponential, like you don't notice it 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time, but 18 months down the line, you'll notice it.
Yes.
Because it compounds. And so I'm listening to all this personal development stuff. And Patrick Bet-David had this conference called The Vault. And it's his, conference, right? Like his version of the Tony Robbins event. It's more business strategy focused for sure. But I had signed up for it and I maxed out my credit card, like $2,000. And I thought I was going to like meet Patrick Bet-David and shake hands, autograph, all this stuff. It's just like the normal well, not the normal ticket, but like the next one, but not the super
Yeah, it's
right?
like the medium
It's
ticket.
like the medium ticket. So
Yes.
I get the ticket, I go down there, and I'm I'm trying to check into the hotel where the thing is at. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the vault conference. Like, what room am I in? They're like, we don't know what room you're in. Like, you tell us. Like, this is separate. And I'm like,
Yep.
what? And so I had maxed out my credit cards, drove down there in my Honda Civic, and literally didn't. I had $0 to my name. Like, I was negative. I was completely dead broke. And I ended up having to sleep in my car under the Diplomat Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. I go to the business conference the next day. I stay up all night basically driving, and then I take a shower at Planet Fitness, suit, blazer, kicks, like dressed to the nines, but totally just barely there.
Yeah, out the back of the Honda Civic, the suit. Yes.
I had to pay the valet. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna stay with the car. And he's like, cool. And luckily I spoke a little bit of Spanish and we chopped it up and it was fine. But the whole premise of the event and why I bring that up is because the question that he proposed to the audience or posed to the audience was, who do you want to be?
Mm.
And that became my question. I'm like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? If you can figure that out, then you have something to aim at, right? And I even made shirts, who do you want to be shirts. I passed them around all over my hometown, selling them. People were loving it. And I was running all these 100-mile races. And we had went from running a marathon in February 2022 with 2 or 3 weeks of notice to running 100 miles with it about 7 or 8 weeks of notice, 8 weeks later. And then it just caught like wildfire. And I was doing this personal development stuff, and I had a vehicle to deploy it, right?
Yes.
Like, instead of just watching YouTube videos and doing all this mental masturbation stuff, I actually had a think.
You could practice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so it's like, are you who you think you are in your mind, like you said, and who do you want to be? And the type of person that finishes, or even, let's back up, the type of person that even attempts or even considers attempting a 100-mile race, that says something. Who is that person? They're ambitious, they're driven, they have perseverance, right? There's traits that are associated with that outcome. And so typically when you're aimless, just pick something, right? Like people say, just start something.
Yeah.
Start posting. Just start this business. Just pick one, go.
It's like you might not know what the target looks like, but you know what direction to go in.
That's right. As long as you're directionally correct,
yes,
then you don't necessarily have to worry about the end outcome. So that's what I picked. Did all these 100-mile races, and my life just completely transformed. And it wasn't all up and to the right. It was more like this, and then like this, and then this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can map those races and those events. They're like canon events, right? Like you have so much growth packed into that weekend. And I can't even tell you how much pain and suffering that I shared with people that I became really deeply connected with. And that's what's going to happen for you. And so I'm really glad that you're deciding to do it. And even if it's off the couch, man, I say, F anything less than you go, man. That's what I want to say to you. Props to you, bro. Seriously. And it's like you said, you're going to do the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say my recommendation, and well, here's what I learned in my experience. It's 100 or die.
Yes.
It's either I'm going to finish the race or I'm going to get carried off in a stretcher.
Yes.
Like you said on the last conversation.
The criteria for quitting.
Criteria for quitting, yeah. It's like, unless I snap my ankle, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Even if I did that, I'd probably just crawl.
Dude, the only thing stopping me from finishing 100 miles is 48 hours of notice or like a literal serial killer stabbing me and being hospitalized. I'm actually really excited in the format too of this is an unofficial, like there's no race, there's no racetrack. It's like me on a 10-mile loop 10 times and we'll just see if we survive. And what I've done that I'm really excited about is I put a Google Calendar, because obviously sales and marketing. So I built an appointment setting like window, and I built a funnel.
The 100-mile calendar funnel.
Yeah, the 100-mile calendar. And so I have an opening text that has a super fire hook, linked to a party full that's going to have like the tracking information and any updates I send, linked to a Google Calendar invite where people can schedule 1+ hour window, like minimum of 1 hour at a time running with me. And so I'm like, it might not be a race, but like if I can get 5 or 6 of my friends to just show up and like walk a mile with me, I'm going to be so excited.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
It's going to be great.
The beautiful part is whenever you go into the darkness, like let's say you start at, what time are you going to start?
3 p.m.
Perfect. I would say 3 p.m. is good. 3 p.m. is good because that means you'll end at 3 and you'll probably use every bit of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I expect to use.
Typically that's how it works, right? And what is that, the Pareto distribution?
No, that's
or Parkinson's law.
Parkinson's law.
Thing takes the time that you allow. You'll use every bit of it, and ending at 3 will be a relief because you'll be in the dead of the heat of the day if it's hot, which hopefully it won't be. But you'll go into the night. You'll go 4, 5, 6, 79, and you're like, okay, I'm 18 miles in, and then let's say you're doing about 3 or 4 miles an hour, 3.5. You're going to be going in midnight, and you're going to be approaching like mile 20, or 25 or so. Have a few stops, etc. And then it's going to get really serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just ran a half marathon today.
Yep.
And I love the slow 13 better than no 13. That's like my signature thing.
Slow 5 no better than
yeah, exactly. Turtle emoji.
Yes.
I'm in there, baby. I don't care about my speed.
Matt was like, you got to run it. I'm like, today I just wanted to do 13 to see how I feel. Like, I'm just on that
game. You're playing a distance game. It's way more like, can I debate with my mind back and forth that long? Yes. And just keep going, despite the voice in your mind saying, stop, stop, stop. This is stupid. What are you doing? You can just chill, bro. Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to finish the thing. And so the thing about a 100-mile race, though, is you've done a marathon, right?
I've done an Ironman.
You've done a marathon and an Ironman.
So I never ran a marathon before the Ironman. I just ran the Ironman.
But in that has a marathon.
Yes.
So that's pretty crazy. So Ironman is different, though.
Yep.
There's transition. There's huge crowds.
Yes.
Right? Ironman is savage in its own way. Like, it's a completely different bucket. Ironman's really like a brand.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's literally a brand. Yeah.
And the Ironman races I have so much appreciation for. 100-mile races are 100% tougher.
Oh, I'm looking. Yeah,
like, even the slow ones, I don't care, dude. It's longer time on foot. It's monotonous. Like, the part that I found the most challenging about the Ironman was not the swim, even though I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't really the marathon. Maybe because I had some experience running, but it was the biking.
Yeah.
Because it was so mundane.
Same.
And it's just pedal, 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 pedal for 6-7 hours, at least for me. And
took me about 6 hours too.
Once you get to mile 20 something, though, you'll be coming up on your on foot PR.
And
there's something that happens at mile 27 because you've achieved farther than you've ever gone. Right?
Yeah, that'll be the longest I've ever.
You're in new territory. Every single step after that's going to be a personal best, and so you'll have to justify and rationalize continuing. There's a wall at 27 because it's like,
I just ran a marathon. Do I really want to do 3 more of these?
You have 73 more miles to go.
Yep.
And after your body, I don't care if you walk it a 30-minute mile. After 27 miles, your legs are like, dude, fuck you.
Yep.
I don't want to. Why? Like, why are we keeping going, right? And so it's literally like your brain is trying to survive and not thrive, right? Your brain is trying to just check yourself and protect your body. And this is where your joints start hurting. And it's like, okay, man, like we need to figure out what's going on here. And if you sit down for too long, you'll stiff up and you'll freeze. So mile 27 rolls around and you're going to be faced with this reality of like, oh, it's dark. And everyone else is in bed. And even if you're checking your IG, which you can do periodically and check your phone and stuff, you're going to see everybody else going into bed. And they're watching Interstellar and they're on the couch and they're eating their cookies and they're in their blanket and they're on the poof outside and they're comfy, man. And you've got to keep going. There's so many similarities to business and to life and to really achieving any sort of exceptional outcome, because if you think about like how many people run a marathon, it's probably 1 in 1,000 people on the planet. 1% of runners for sure, less than 1% of runners. So I would say 1 in 1,000 people. I don't actually know the stats, but probably 1 in 1,000 people that run 100 miles. It's like
that's rare air.
It's 1 in hundreds of thousands. I don't know if it's 1 in a million, because it's not 1 in a million, but it's up there. And anything past that's like really exceptional. But you're becoming the uncommon amongst the uncommon, and that goes for Ironmans too. But like with the 100-mile distance, like so many people don't even run a marathon that they can and they should.
It's crazy because like I genuinely believe like anybody can. Like I ran an off the couch, 0 running, 0 prep, half marathon today.
Yeah.
And it's like I think,
but that has to say more about your mindset. Like it's not. I mean, I've thought about this a long time. Like, why can't people catch me with this? Like, I am the you can go farther than you think guy. You know,
yeah,
and I'm always trying to like inspire change, and specifically with running a marathon distance. Like, if we start talking about running, the likelihood that I'm going to try to sign you up for a marathon is super high.
yes.
And
I've seen them sign up like 20 people for marathons.
yeah, and it's probably now with that like lifetime, I've signed like 50 people up for their first marathon, and it's because it did so much for me.
Yep.
But the mindset part though, is that I'm an optimist. You are too, right? And that's why we get along so well, and we have such a like good frequency and like what's the word, like symbiotic, like synchronization.
Yeah.
Of them. And
You and I like match wavelengths
same frequency
really well.
And so not everybody has the optimism though. And that's why I like sales, especially with selling like transformational coaching programs, because I believe in people more than they believe in themselves.
Yes.
And if you can breathe life into somebody and really just give them that platform to have even permission to think bigger, you can unlock the whole entire universe for them. And I think it's actually kind of sad because like people will say like, oh my gosh, you did so much for me just now. Like, dude, I just encouraged you.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is that this monumental thing? You know, like you would hope that everyone is just encouraged and everyone is just ambitious and everyone has given themselves permission to think higher than the flea in the jar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But we live in a society that rejects that. We live, and I wouldn't even say just American culture. Like we live in a global consciousness that it's like, you should not do that. Like how risky, how dangerous, how silly. And it's like, my mom called me when she found out I was doing this 100 and she goes, I pick up the phone and my mom is like clearly like just been crying about the fact that I'm going to run 100 miles.
What
like
did
I'm
you
going
send her initially? Did
I
you send her a text or something?
Yeah, I sent her a text. I say, hey, I'm going to run this 100 miles and wish me luck.
That's it.
Pretty much. Like,
I'm going to run 100 miles. Wish me
well,
luck.
I said my mom's really good at writing, so I sent her the copywriting that I was going to send out. I sent her the copy, and I was like essentially like asking her to review the copy. So she calls me, she's all upset, and we talked for like an hour, and towards the end of the conversation, I go, look, Mom, like, will I probably get injured during this? Yes. Will this suck? Yes. Will I be injured for a few days after and in severe amounts of pain? Highly likely, extremely likely. Could there be potentially long-term damage to my body after this event? Yeah, for sure. Am I okay with all of that being true and still accomplishing this thing? Yes. And she was like, but it's like, I think people like, we as a society, as a culture, like we maximize the risk and minimize the reward. And it's like, the people keep like, why you even started, like, why the heck are you running 100 miles? Like no preparation, no official race, and no real incentive. Like there's no money at the end of the rainbow. There's no pot of gold sitting for me at the finish line of the 100. But it's not about, it's like,
we can make a customized belt buckle though. That would be dope.
That would be sick. That would be really sick. But like the whole thing about it is not about the belt buckle. Like I'm not running 100 for a belt buckle. I'm running,
the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Well, but it's like more than anything, it's like, it's the reminder of like, who are you?
Or who are you becoming?
Or who are you becoming?
Who do you want to be?
Yes. And I think as a society, we tell people like, this is who you should be, or this is who you are. When the reality is like, nah, be whoever you want, bro.
Yeah. It's like, people would tell me like, when I first started running these 100 mile races, they're like, dude, your heart, bro. Like you should really be careful about your heart. I'm like, dude, my heart is full, bro.
My heart is overflowing, brother.
My heart is hard right now.
Yeah.
In the best way, right?
Yeah.
But I get it though. I empathize with that.
For sure.
Like, hey man, I appreciate you. And I know you're saying that, especially with the parents thing. It's like, I know you're saying that because you want me to be safe. Mm-hmm. And that's how the brain works. Like our brains are literally meant for us not to thrive, but to survive, right? And so if you want to push across the envelope, you have to be okay with ruffling feathers, man. And 10% of people are going to hate you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And
or more.
10% is just like, no matter what, right? And you have to be okay with that. And some people they let the other folks talk them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfortunate. It's kind of like if you're in a relationship and you have a bunch of friends that are single, and they're like, you should break up with her, blah, blah, blah. But if you ask the person who's married the advice, they're going to say, you should fix it. You should stay. So you have to be really, really careful about who you're taking advice from. And unless you trade places with them, it might not be worth it. And even then, man, even then, advice, I really try to refrain from giving people advice. Because if they succeed, I'm right, and I take credit, or if they fail, I could potentially take blame. So I just say, here's what was working in my experience. But what I know about the 100-mile distance, and it's something that's so important for me, for real. Like as we took those bell buckles out of the shoebox and I kind of looked at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is like a big deal for me. And it's a statement. Mm-hmm. It's a statement. It's like, I think I'm mentally tough. I think I'm uncommon amongst uncommon. I think I can go a lot further than I
personally believe. Yes.
And also, I think I can go harder and faster and further than you fucking think. So what's up? And it's a statement piece, right? And it's like, have you seen that guy that does the bowling? He's like the best bowler. And he's like, who you think you are, I am. And he's like doing the strike thing. You know what I'm talking about? No. Okay, so I'll show you.
Who you think you are, I am.
He's like the best bowler. He's like the best bowler ever, right?
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up, bro.
Yeah. Pull that up. He's got like the craziest like bowling memes or whatever, and he's just the most cocky, like confident guy, but he delivers, right? And he's like this bowler in the center. And so it's like making a statement. And then what's really interesting is you just shatter your PR. Like, for example, I was talking to a sales rep, one of my good buddies who I helped break into the sales space, and he's a setter on an offer. He can't hit $200 to save his fucking life. And he's like, dude, I got to 100, I had to motivate him for like 10 days in a row to try to get to 200, and he's like, I got 150. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, props to you. But in my mind, I'm like we need to be able to take ourselves and take our feet and our leg and grab them and say, you know what, mind, I'm gonna be in charge of you now, and I'm gonna push past whatever this governor is. Yeah, whether it's 200, whatever it's $100 or whatever your ceiling is, and so,
or even in income, or bro, anything.
And so this will translate all the way over to that other thing. So I guess when you're thinking about it, is it excitement? Is it like, what are some of the things you're saying in your mind as you're moving towards it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I just want to kind of highlight too, the shadow your PR thing. You mentioned you have a guy on your team, 0 out of 10 calls taken, he closes. So 0 out of 10 sales. And then he takes 2 and he gets back to back. And it's like, that's a PR. That's like 2 for 12, but 0 for 10. And it's like, okay, it might take 10 calls to get your first. But then once you get that first and you get that momentum, it's like you're off to the races. Mm-hmm. I think it's the same thing with anything. Like, people go viral on the internet, or they make their first dollar online, or you do a sales call. Like, that's always crack to a baby. It's always the best feeling in the world. That's the marathon for you.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Going into this 100, honestly, I'm terrified. I'm genuinely terrified.
What do you mean?
I don't know if I can do it. And that's like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, cause the Ironman broke me, bro. Like, that was gnarly. And what's interesting, what I'm really interested about is, like, I prepared for the Ironman for like a year, a little bit over. It's funny. Same thing. I got a job at a ski resort that was like 1.5 hours away, and my car was my university. I'd listen to Andy Frisella the whole drive to work. And then I used to post on Snapchat. I post these motivational quotes on Snapchat as I'm literally as I'm literally taking out the trash for $15 an hour and like scrubbing out piss-stained boots at a ski boots at a resort. And I'm just listening to Andy Frisella's MFCEO project on the drive, and I'm like, I'm locked in, bro. I'm getting sober. My life, yeah, bro. I was locked in, and it was so funny.
You have to be the identity before you get there.
Yes. And so I take all this time preparing for the Ironman, and it comes and it comes and it comes. And like, I've built up the Ironman in my mind to be this thing that's gonna change everything for me. Like, I just spent over a year of my life, like, genuinely investing the work. And mine were Dr. Joe Dispenza and Andy Frisella. And I'm just obsessed. And life is changing. Like, I start my own business during this time. I get sober. I go through this emotional intelligence program called ALA. Like, I'm genuinely, like, there's a lot of signs that I'm becoming the type of person that...
I can see how Joe Dispenza was one of your influences based on your mannerisms.
Cheers.
In a good way. It's a compliment.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I would hope so. I'd take it no other way. And it's so interesting because I built up all of these things in my mind that like the Ironman was going to be like this thing. And then I ran the Ironman and nothing happened. And I like I remember crossing the finish line of the Ironman, and I'm slow, bro. Like I'm not an athlete. I was never a professional athlete. Like I don't expect, like if I finish this 100-mile race, I do not expect it to be a 20-hour race. I expect it to be a 47-hour and 58-minute race. And that's okay. And my Ironman was just as slow and just as miserable. It was like 14:39:58 was my time on my Ironman. But it was a letdown. Like I crossed over the finish line and there was it didn't change who I was. Like life didn't suddenly reveal some secret mysteries. Like some box didn't come down from heaven saying, "Here you go, Harrison. You're always going to be this way." And I think I got a little lazy and a little upset about the fact that I put in all this effort and I tried so hard climbing this mountain and there wasn't anything crazy at the peak. And then the realization that I've had, and it's taken me 2 years to realize this, is I just enjoyed climbing the mountain. I genuinely enjoyed because I mean, hear this, when I was in high school, I had a 40% attendance rate and I would sleep until 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't care. I would smoke pot and I would just go to take tests at school because I was smart enough to get away with it.
Facts.
I did the bare minimum to get through school, to pass as an Eagle Scout. My Eagle Scout border review, I walked in, I'm like, I do not deserve this. Here's why. And they gave it to me anyway. So I'm like, okay.
It's so funny you say that. My Spanish teacher, who I had already kind of became fluent even before I was taking Spanish in college.
Yeah.
But I had taken Spanish in high school and then in college, and I was learning it in the kitchen that I was working at and dating this Spanish girl and all this other stuff. And really wanted to impress her dad or whatever. So I'm coming to these Spanish classes and I'm goofing off. I don't show up. I'm asleep. I take a nap every time, bro. And I just pass the test 100, not a single error.
No effort.
And one time, it's so funny. This is a little bit unrelated, but my house got broken into and they stole my book bag with all my textbooks in it and my laptop. And I've had, up until this point, I had made all these excuses to my professor. I was late. I was this, that, and the third. And I remember going and I was like, yo, I didn't do the homework because my textbook
book bag got stolen.
And I'm like, this is for real.
Yeah, this time I'm not lying.
For real.
Yeah.
I have it. I got my receipt for buying my books again. You think I could make that up? And he's like, you know what, man? That's cool. I just want to let you know something, though. Whatever you got going on, you're operating at about 10% of your potential. You come in here, you're so bright. I could only imagine what it would look like for you to even operate at 50%. And man, that hit me like a bag of bricks, dude. And I bring that up because you probably signed up for this race thinking it was just gonna click, click, click.
Yeah.
It just fixes it all.
Yeah.
Right?
The Ironman was gonna be that thing.
It's not. And I thought it was for me when I hit my first 10K month. And I didn't hit a 10K month until I was right before I turned 25.
Yeah.
I was 24. It was the last month, and I was like, I'm such a failure. If I don't make 10 grand before I turn 25, I'm a fucking failure. It was so hilarious to think about out loud, but I did hit 10 grand a month, and I duct taped it together on the 30th day of the month, and I had 2 different offers, and I was selling roofs and selling online programs, and I'm like, I did something else for $1,500 and I just glued it all together. And I
is that not usually how all of it goes though? The 100-mile, the money.
Well, yes, but the what I'm trying to highlight is that when I hit midnight and it was my birthday when I turned 25 and I cracked 10 grand in a month, or even before the birthday party, it was when I got the $10,000 and I was like, oh, I did it, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
and what you're saying, it's about the climb. It's really true. And a good example of this, scientifically, and I could get this wrong, but people that are addicted to gambling, they don't even really like winning.
They actually get addicted to losing.
And even more than that, they get addicted to the thrill of the scratch off. They like the anticipation of the win. That's actually the part that gives you the dopamine.
Yeah.
The scratching off of the second. Not the fucking that you got a 5. You're like, oh, okay, well, let's go try again.
Let's go scratch more.
Yeah, right? So that's what happened to me. That's actually what happened to me about these 100-mile races. I ran a marathon, I ran 100, and I was like, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I did one in April 2022, May, July, October, and I did 100 miles on Christmas with no
No team.
No team, no nothing, like you're doing. Me and my boy. And took us 48 hours. It's freezing cold on Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, right. And everybody's in their house eating their gingerbread cookies. We're out here.
And you probably thought you were so hard. You're like,
Yeah.
look at us.
But
That's so funny.
But it was always just that thrill of the chase. But
yeah,
you have an addictive personality, as do I. I'd rather be addicted to something that develops me and inspires others than anything else.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
alternative is like, what, I'm gonna go smoke a fucking pound of weed or something? Like,
yeah,
I think it's not the end of the world. Even if you do this 100-mile race and it doesn't light a spark, which I do think it will, by the way, and I think there's a lot I'd like to unpack about what will be different.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't, like, it's a much better. It'll inspire. It's like a butterfly effect. Like, it'll send something into the universe.
Yes.
We're not even aware of right now. Currently sitting here, like,
why? How could we be aware of it?
right.
That's not our job.
But you're still terrified.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because that means you're growing. You're not
Yes.
terrified of clocking in and scaling these agency clients, are you?
Depends on the client.
Right.
Depends on the size. Yeah.
But
yes.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're not scared of.
So this is, I really love what you said of like dopamine literally comes from anticipation. Like literally your brain rewards, even like surfers. Like surfers, they get the dopamine, the flow state comes out of the anticipation of hitting the wave. For me, snowboarding, growing up, like I get the dopamine on like, you get it on like the lift on the way up or at the top of the run when you're about to hit it. And then when you're in flow state, there's no dopamine. You're just purely present.
You're just locked.
You're just in flow. And I think like this is the thing that I realized is when I went from sleeping until 4 p.m, smoking all this pot, not caring about my life at all in high school, to waking up at 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m, and I'd drink my protein shake and I'd drive my crappy truck on the way to the ski resort and I'd listen to Andy Frisella the whole ride there, and then I'd have him in my ears the whole time I'm taking out the garbage and I'm just sitting in the trash compactor room. But the anticipation of like, I can't wait for my life to be like, I'm going to have hundreds of millions of dollars and all these cars and I'm going to run an Ironman and I'm going to be, and like that anticipation was the thing, that journey was the thing that was exciting.
About this when we were in Miami, right? We was on the floor
was...
with the mattress, and it was like, wow, this is what it feels like to start over again.
Yeah.
And I remember like being broke as shit, man. Like growing up, like we were so fucking poor. I'm not gonna try to say that I had it the worst in the whole world, right? But we were on welfare, paid on the 1st, broke on the 5th for sure. There was months where we went without power. There's months where we had to use our neighbors, like we would plug an extension cord into our neighbor's house, bro, and put it onto the oven to heat water on the stove to put it in the bathtub. Like, I'm talking like
broke,
done for, like no prospects of success. But even thinking about like we would get evicted and go to a new house, and like we would have these plates from Walmart, this blue, like almost like translucent plates.
The plastic ones?
Yeah, they're like $1.
Yep.
For like $5.
Yep.
And eating some whatever frozen blank, fill in the blank, and just sitting there like pizza rolls with the ranch on the mattress on the floor. I'm like, okay, we can build from this. What are we gonna do? Die? It's and then we'll be up to the heaven's gates, so that's cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing to lose. And going back to that nothing to lose, like fresh start, there's something magical about that, right?
There is.
Like, it's like, I swear to God, man, if I lost it all and I just had to go back to zero, I'd be like, cool. And you don't really, what am I trying to say? You're not really wealthy until you've made it, lost it all, and then made it back.
Built it back, right? Because the first time it might be luck. The second time you've shown that you have something, you have an it. So the Ironman I ran in 2021, excuse me. So I ran the Ironman 4 years ago. I haven't done shit for 4 years. Excuse my language.
That's not true.
That's what you're right. But I haven't done any professional athletics or any
events.
No endurance events, no 100-milers, no marathons. No. I've done a lot. You're right. I've climbed a bunch of mountains. I've built some multi-7-figure businesses. I built a Bible study on accident. Like, I've done some stuff for sure. I'm not going to discredit that. But I think what happened, there's something that I've noticed, and I've done a lot of reflection on this, is because I built up in my mind the Ironman was going to fix everything, right? Like, genuinely, I thought, like, that was the thing. When I ran it and I finished it and it was so disappointing, then I said, okay, it's going to come with money. And so then I go from, it's not going to be, because my whole life I thought it was going to be this fitness thing. And then I go, and I think most people assign it to money. It's like the first time I make $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month or when I have $1 million or whatever it is. And so then I did that. And so it was, let me do 10K a month, then 20K a month, then 100K a month, then 200K a month, then $250,000 a month. And I'm hitting them. And same thing. But now I'm getting more and more desperate. Every number I hit, that it's less and less and less fulfilling. Because now I'm like 100K and it's even worse than the Ironman. And then 200K and I'm like, no, please. And then I remember I had a health crisis. I injured my knee, moved back in with my parents. And when I'm moving out to Austin, I spoke at this event, if you know who Craig Ballantyne is.
Yeah.
This is end of 2023. I go speak at his mastermind, and I ended up closing like just under 50K in less than 3 days off of a 30-minute speech. The whole speech is 44 minutes and 44 seconds. It's on my YouTube channel. God's plan. Crazy. And I like closed, and I didn't even mean to. I didn't even have an offer. I just left my business, and I'd like closed like 40, 50K in 3 days or from this one speech. And I'm like, what just happened? Because it was good, but it wasn't something that I anticipated. It wasn't something that I expected, but it came as a fruit as a result of like becoming a certain type of person. And so now I'm reflecting and I'm looking at my life and like having built, 7-figure agency and then building this Bible study and now being in kind of the season of like, I'm building a new agency from scratch. And we live in this house, which is amazing. And just kind of like looking at my life now. And I'm realizing that like, at least for me, like when I did the Ironman and when I built the agency, like I thought I was so hard for like training, and I'd like post those videos like 1 a.m. or like 6 a.m. of me running, and I'm like, look, y'all are in bed. Like I was trying to be David Goggins. And then when I was making all this money, I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like making all this money and I'm posting at the Waldorf Astoria or I'm posting at Nobu, and I'm like, y'all brokies, bro. Like y'all don't have money like me. And then like it was all just empty. And so now I'm realizing like the anticipation, if I'm going to run this 100-mile race, if I'm going to rebuild this company, because then I went to God and I tried to do the same thing with God. I'm like, oh, maybe if I just dedicate my life to Christ and then I'll find all this meaning. And the same thing, it's like the more, you just like find that like like the peak of the mountain is not the reward. It's the journey that's the reward. And the more that you climb mountains, the more you actually reach the summit, the more you can actually understand that, but you have to climb it to understand it. And so the more mountains I've climbed, I've kind of come to this realization. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to run this 100-mile race as a statement of the type of person I can be. And now the anticipation is not in how much money I can make or how fast I can run an endurance event or what kind of girl I can date or anything like that. The anticipation is, I wonder how good it can get. Like genuinely, I wonder how good it can get when it comes to relationships, when it comes to faith, when it comes to finances. Not, I wonder how much money I can make to show other people what I'm capable of or how fast I can run this 100 to show other people. Bingo. And I'm like, I wonder how good it can get. That's it.
A couple interesting things. I think when we think about the phrase how good it can get, I'm not saying that you're saying this, but there's almost like a separation from now and then, which is fair, and that's why we're chasing it, and that's why we're signing up and pushing ourselves to do it. But I would say how good it is, right? And that's why, like, my new phrase, like in 2022, it was something like gratitude is the attitude or something like that. Snapchat. I was the Snapchat story king, bro.
Yep.
Hometown hero, motivational speaker. Have you seen that guy that does the hometown hero memes?
No, bro.
God, it's so funny.
That's you and me, bro. Yeah. I did the exact same thing. Yeah, my whole town, bro.
A good chapter, dude.
It's a great time.
But it was gratitude is the attitude, and then it was who do you want to be, and then it was win the day. And that was kind of like I had these themes for the years, and I didn't really have one for this year, until I just stumbled upon, this is what made it looks like. That's my new thing for this year. This is what made it looks like. And what I mean by that is, don't think about success being this thing that you have to desire, because desire means you're making a contract with yourself that you won't be happy until you get there. Right? That's what desire is. Like, I desire this woman and I'm not gonna be happy until I get her. Right. Or I desire to make 100K a month. It's like, fuck.
Or the car or whatever else.
That's fine. But no, even when I was in my Honda Civic that I just bought for $500, 05 Civic, baby. cost less than a 6-person dinner at Terry Black's.
Yeah, we've bought both. We know.
Same day.
Yeah.
I'm in this Honda Civic, and I tell the guys we go to Cane's and we get chicken tenders, and it's like 10 p.m. or whatever, 8 p.m. And I'm like, this is what success looks like. I prayed for this, and you've probably heard me say that now at least a dozen times, if
Oh, at least
20
more.
times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep saying it. This is what success looks like. Hey, reminder. This is what you once asked for that would make you happy. Hello, the friends, the house, the podcast, the fucking microphones, the community, the connections. What more do you need?
That
Right?
I used to have the saying, we used to pray for days like these. That used to
That's
be
right. That's right, man. That I did pray for this.
Yes, literally
And
this.
so how can I disrespect God by not being content with what's right in front of me right here, right now? Right? Now that don't fire me up, man. I'm telling you, that doesn't mean that you can't strive, right? Like,
yes.
if you,
But I think the key difference is it's like, this is what made it looks like, aka my external reality is worth appreciating. The relationships I have, the things that I have, the resources I have, the opportunities I have are worth appreciating. I think the striving, at least for me, it's less so about, and this is, hear me when I say this, of like, for years in the Ironman and the money and all this, is I was chasing a circumstance. I was chasing a place or a position or a thing. And then my mentor earlier this year, one of my mentors, he said, focus on skills. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he goes, stop worrying about your circumstances and start worrying about your skills. And so hear me in this. It's like the contentment, the gratitude, this is what made it looks like, is about your external reality. The how good can I get is all about, like, who am I fundamentally as a character and as a skill set and as a type of behavior. And it's like that, but the strive, and I think we've lost this as a society.
You're becoming the type of person that can run 100 miles.
Yes.
Skill, the mindset, the perseverance.
The capability.
You're right. The attitude, right? You have to have those skills in order to be able to pull these things off. And so when I think about, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's like, and I think as a society, we've gotten it backwards. We focus on how good people are. And so we focus so much on like, oh, like I'm perfect the way that I am. And like, I'm great just as I am. And you just need to accept me and just find acceptance. And it's like, life is hard. You should be focused on who you are. And let's address some character weaknesses here. Otherwise, we'll very quickly fall into mental health issues like depression, anxiety, whatever else we want to call mental health crisis.
And also, if you think about the whole, like, you're okay the way you are, man, like, fair enough. Right? Like, there's two voices. One of them is do better. One of them is good job.
Yep.
For most people, I would say.
Let's just generalize it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is like, you're a piece of shit. And the other one's like, get off your ass, something like that. But, like, you can have sympathy and have compassion for yourself, which is another reminder that I have to balance with this whole ambition, Mr. Big Shot, 100 mile, whatever. You have to have compassion with yourself. Now, what I would say is, who are you in relation to who you could become? That delta is worth trying to cut down, right? And so, if you think
I think the key is, like, you can't be upset about that delta either. It's like, I have a lot of friends that are very
excite you.
Yes.
It should excite you, because a lot of times, my mentor Dickie would always tell me, like, we can get a lot better, and that should excite you.
Yes.
Right, because that means the game is worth playing, and there's more to the game. But
the realization is the delta, like the ideal version of you. It isn't about how tall they are or how strong they are, what body fat they are, or how much money they have. None of that really matters. It's like the ideal version of who you are, as your mentor Dickie would say, of like, we can get a lot better and that should excite you, is about how honest you are, how interpersonal you are, like how good you are at relationships, how accurate you are with your word, how humble you are, how consistent you are, how reliable you are, how generous you are, how grateful you are.
How handsome you are.
How handsome. How educated you are. How much, like, I think, like, even just knowledge is such a beautiful flex of, like, I love seeing smart people, but knowledge. You studied, bro. You studied.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. And like, how do we, like, make it not a rant, but like a concrete, tactical piece of advice? It's fall in love with the game. Fall in love with the game, the climb, right? That's just kind of the same thing. Like, fall in love with the climb. And by the way, dude, as soon as you get to the mountain, this is what happens when you graduate college and you have nothing, you don't know where to go and you feel lost. Um, I felt that same way after most of these races, but then I just set a new target.
Yes.
Right. And so it's like set that second target before you even get done with your first one. Not because you have to be on some sort of treadmill and hedonic this and that, and you have to always be striving. You can never be happy. It's like, no, man, I want to max it out. Like, we're going to die for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Why don't we max it out?
Dude, you're building sandcastles on a beach and the tide is coming in. So it's like, enjoy building the castles and make as many as you can. But it's like the tide will wash all this away. Like, it's not going to last. To your point, it's like, to make it practical, it's the realization is like, focus on the type of person you can become in terms of the characters and the attributes. Because you do have those two voices of like, I'm grateful and I should be miserable. I deserve to be miserable or be grateful. And they're always, going on. And the reality is like, if you're measuring against how much money you are or someone else or whatever else, like there's always going to be external opportunity or ammo for that negative voice to win. There's always going to be a threat to your internal stability. Versus like, if you're measuring yourself off of showing up and just trying your best, it's like, that is the measurement of like, did I max out my day? Yep. Did I side quest? Did I main quest? Did I plot as hard as I can?
And one thing, okay, I got so many thoughts. So to bring it back to the 100-mile thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couple things. I all the time ask myself, like, why am I doing these 100-mile races? Like, there's this gigantic opportunity cost. I'm paying I've probably invested tens of thousands, easily tens of thousands of dollars, maybe 20 or 30 grand into all these events and helping other people come with me, and you're in the Sprinter van and doing the Airbnb and all this other stuff. But a lot of times whenever you're in sales, and I'll give this to all the business owners and the sales reps out there, or just for anybody that it applies to, like, if you're in a business and you're doing this for 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, whatever, you have to have something else. Like my mentor, Temple, that coached me for about a year, my close rate was always 40% or more, like ridiculous. And I'm like, what else is there? I get on the call and I'm like, well, we can look at my call, but like, I don't know, man. Like, what else can I do? Like, what levers can I pull in? How do I just keep doing this? And he's like, you got to have something else. Like, you got to have something else outside of the business and of the sales. Like, it's okay to have a hobby, dude, so you don't go insane. How about that? How about you log off of Slack? How about you shut your computer? Have you heard of that? And so, like, if I didn't have these marathons, dude, I would go bonkers. I would go insane. I would literally lose my mind. And so I would encourage anybody, it doesn't have to be running a 100-mile race. That's what I'll prescribe for you. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be mountain biking. It could be getting into I'm about to buy a violin, bro. I'm about to try to learn how to play the violin.
Let's go.
I'm about to learn how to play.
What's really beautiful is I had a friend who tried to pick up the violin like 9 months ago, and now this dude like plays like orchestra level violin. It's like What's so. His name? He was at the house the other day, Zach.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach, bro. You're beautiful. He's just such he's this guy, and he's like reached a certain level of stability in his life, financially and physically, where like he has good routines when it comes to. And now he's like he learned how to play the violin, and as soon as he was like competent at the violin, he's like, I'm gonna learn how to cut gemstones and like make custom gemstones.
What a gangster thing,
dude! What a gangster! And so he just pulls up to the house for co-working, and he's like organizing his diamonds and gemstones to list on his website. Yeah, it's like. I'm like, dude, and that's the level of side questing, but that comes on a foundation, right? Like that first comes from a foundation of like consistency and follow through and preparation.
But I think it'll bleed in, man. Like, in the book, The Alchemist, which I have the Mac 2 tatted on my chest, it is written, right? I listen to the audiobook. I'm not kidding you. Every single waking night. Does that make sense? Every single night that I go to sleep, I listen to the audiobook, The Alchemist.
You still do?
Every single night. Every night that I lived in this house, I listened to The Alchemist, unless I had a guest over or something. And I always go to part 2 of the book, minute 25. And at least right now in this season, I'm using that part. And basically, the boy, Santiago, they call him the boy in the book for the most part, he goes to this camp where they're going to make this trek to Al Fayoum, which is like this oasis, which is this little like town in the desert. And they have to trek across the whole entire desert. And they get there, and then he's eventually going to meet the alchemist, and then they go and ride off to the next thing where they have to prove themselves, and then they get the treasure, and he turns into the wind and all that stuff. But in this part, he learns about the alchemist and how they spend their whole lives trying to turn
lead into gold.
And basically, what they do is he's kind of walking through it like, do I need to go turn lead into gold, or can I just find this in my every single day life? And he talks about like being in this crystal shop, and he's wiping these crystals and he's cleaning them. And while he's doing that, he like becomes, I'm going to try not to butcher this. He becomes one with himself and the world through the application of some sort of task like that, right? And for the alchemists, it was doing the lead into gold thing, and they became masters of themselves. They instead of they turned themselves into gold, basically. Kind of that, you know what I'm saying?
The monks, not to cut you off,
Yeah.
but the Japanese monks have a saying: chop wood, carry water. It's like, you want to become enlightened, what will you do? You'll chop wood, carry water. Once you're already enlightened, what are you going to do? You're going to chop wood, carry water.
Perfect for me. Run miles in the desert.
I'm gonna run really far.
And I just felt like running.
I just kept on running.
So let's bring it back down. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do the 100 miles. You're terrified.
Yeah.
You know what's beautiful about that is you might fail.
Yeah.
Which one was that? Is that the
You
one?
good?
That's fine. You might fail, dude. You literally might fail, and that should excite you, because that means you're doing something that's way outside of your comfort zone. I would say typically in these 100-mile races, about, I don't know what it is generally, but it's about half of the people that sign up DNF. They drop out, whatever. Sometimes they get hurt. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes they break their will. Like, I have a buddy. I'll tell you this story. So I'll give you a better example for the audience. So if you go look up Courtney DeWalter. So she's like the best ultra marathoner female ever to walk the planet Earth. She's a gangster. She just eats candy and wears basketball shorts and just dogs all these guys. She finished Moab in like literally less than half of the time it took me.
Whoa.
Like 50-something hours. I might get it wrong, like 60-something hours, or that might be for the men's. But anyways, it's the record. Or at least last I checked. And she, at the end of the race, for the last 20 minutes of the race, she went blind. Like, she literally went so far and at such a high speed and she slept for 20 minutes. She ran 200 miles, slept for 1 minute, and then 19 minutes, basically. And at the end of the race, she was blind. Like, she lost vision in her eyeballs. And she had this little tiny speck of vision, and she could just hobble to the finish. And she was like 20, 30 miles ahead of the second place person, the second place female. And the reason I bring that up, I kind of forgot why I was bringing that up.
I might fail.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Breaking a will.
Yeah. The will thing. She had said that, she had attempted a 100-mile race and she dropped at mile 60. And I'm talking about the record. This was before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This is the savage of all savages.
Yeah. Before she did all that, she did a 100-mile race and she dropped out at mile 60.
Whoa.
Don't quote me on this verbatim. I'm pretty sure that's how the story goes. And she does the ride home and she's like, man, like, I regret DNFing so much because I could have just kept going. And even the best of the best, the people that you look up to, the people you see on the YouTube videos, they go to that breaking point where you're going to investigate your mind. Like, once you go past that mile 27, right? You'll go to mile 40 and you'll be like, holy crap. And you're like, okay, 50 is around the corner. You'll inch your way to mile 50 and you go, oh my gosh. The optimistic viewpoint, and you'll still have a little bit of hope left in your mind. You have a little ounce.
Yeah.
You'll get to mile 51 and you go, this is what I said to me and my buddy Logan. I said, all right, we're closer to the finish line than the start line. It's like, we're past the halfway point. And I would always, if we're at 50 miles, I'd say we only have 40 some to go. And once we get to 39, we only have 30 some to go, 29. And we just kind of gamify the whole thing and rationalize and do all these quotes and stuff. Well, they run out after a while, but
sooner or later it's just you in silence.
Yeah, and you'll get to mile 50, and then you'll get to mile 60, and you'll have done more than twice your PR for running, and it's called the scary 40. Like, it's a pretty common thing. I don't know how common it is, but it's called the scary 40. When you get to mile 60 and you have 40 miles to go, and you're just completely destroyed. Right? Think about 60 miles. That's an hour in a car. What's an hour from here? Like, geographically.
Dripping Springs.
It's like running there. And and maybe a little bit farther. And you have to run back to the house.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And it will break you, because that is typically where we feel like our capacity is, at about 60%.
Mm.
And like once you hit the wall, you're probably about 40%. Point I'm trying to make though is that even the best, most strong-willed people, this 100-mile distance will shatter them. That's cool because it's a worthwhile opponent, right? And it's you versus you, right? Like the reason I tweeted that, or put that on my Instagram story the other day is it's me versus me,
And one of us must die.
and one of us must die. I didn't make that up. I got it from Zach Pogrob, the guy who founded Share Aura. He's a legend, and he's just a freak.
That's
And
such a great goal.
I stole it.
Dude.
And
I'm making a bending out of that one.
yeah, totally repeat that one. But that's what it is, man. And the beautiful part about the ultra distance is you're gonna have community, even though you're not doing an official race. You're gonna have people there with you and supporting you, and your real friends are gonna come out and support you doing a 100-mile race. I swear to goodness, no one else. That's who that's how you know who your real ride or die homies are. They'll come out and do some miles with you in the darkness.
Dude, I genuinely believe that like friendships and relationships are built in difficult moments. And it's like the reason we feel so disconnected as a society is because like we don't have to struggle for things. Therefore, we don't have to depend on one another. And it's like, to your point, like I will genuinely be depending on people for this race. Like I will not finish this without people. And
I wouldn't have stood a chance for Moab without I could name all the names, but
yes,
I wouldn't have stood a chance.
Yes.
Without
And
a crew.
that's it. And it's like, I know like deep down, like whether I succeed or fail is up to me. But like the thing that's going to have me like ready to win or not is the people that show up for sure. It's like, there's something about the Ironman like kind of saying is like, it takes a village of like,
Hell yeah, it does.
Yes. And that's why they have these huge crowds.
Dude, in Kalmar, where I did the Ironman, it's like the best Ironman. Literally, they voted like it's the best Ironman ever. Man, shout out to Kalmar, Sweden. Jesus Christ, man, it was the best. It was the best. And they kept saying, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I guess it's like our hoorah in America. It's like, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. And it's like it was an Ironman. It was an unofficial Ironman before it wasn't even an Ironman brand. Like they just,
no way.
Yeah, they just
vibed.
Yeah, they're like, this is our Ironman. They'll come along when they're ready. And they stamped it. Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
I think we're going to do the Ladybird Lake 100, and that's going to be...
We can make it into a thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So that camera died?
Yeah.
When did you notice?
Just now. When I
you would have noticed? Okay. Are we live now?
We're live.
We're down with camera 2. Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm going to talk to my camera for a second. We're going to make the Ladybird Lake 100. You just said that. I'm not taking credit, but we're going to co-found it together. Ladybird Lake 100. You heard it here first. We're going to make it official. Official Austin. They don't have an Austin 100.
They don't have an Austin 100.
They need an Austin 100.
The amount of biohackers we have in Austin.
Fuck that. Why is there not an Austin 100-mile race in the heart of Austin City?
And it's easy, bro. It's 10 laps.
Austin, Ladybird Lake 100. If you know somebody that you can put me in contact with to make this a reality, line it up. We got to go talk to the city. We will bring this to life. You just said it. It just got manifested right now because we sat down to do this podcast, even to turned off cameras. Can we keep?
People is a liar, bro. He says, let me turn off these cameras. No.
Ladybird Lake
100. Yo, look at that. Founding members.
Founding member.
I'm a founding member of the Ladybird Lake 100.
Founding member of the Ladybird
Hear me in this.
All right.
Bro, it's crazy. You as soon as you're about to do something great, the devil is a liar, bro.
Interruption.
He goes, let me turn off this podcast and then just scrap it, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Just quit, bro. Have you thought about quitting, dude?
Bro, that's like the best part. Is like that moment where you want to give up and then you decide not to.
Dude. Before we move on, Ladybird Lake 100, we're gonna do it. We're gonna bring 100 miles to the city of Austin, 100-mile race. It has to happen, dude. What's up with this Austin Marathon? We love the Austin Marathon. We're gonna get the belt buckle, but I think Austin wants more. I think they do.
I think Austin wants more.
I closed this guy on running 100 miles at the Good Pain Run Club.
Dude, you know what we do? I think we just go on a campaign to Austin Marathon and all of the Austin Run Clubs.
We'll line it up.
Yep.
And that's when we're doing the endurance event for the sales endurance event. So we'll create.
When do you want to do the 100?
When do I want to do?
Like, what's the best season to run a 100
that's
in Austin?
Question. I don't know.
Like, what should we do it a year out?
In the cold.
In the cold?
Definitely.
So do we want to do it in like 4 months or do we want to do it in like 12?
We'll figure that out. So, one thing I would say, man, is the failure part. Like the amount of times that I talked myself, or not talked myself in and out of, but when I signed up for Moab in 2023, I I didn't get accepted to the wait list. And I was so let down by that. 2023, was coming off the high of 2022. We had done the 100-mile in December, and I signed up for the race, and I didn't get in the registration. And I'm like 50 on the wait list, like 42. Matter of fact, I knew I was 42 because I looked at it every single day for 6 months. And then I finally got down to 12. One day it just like bumped 30 people down, and it put me on 12 months. 4 months of being 12th on the wait list. Then 11, and I was like, oh my God, there's hope. But then it just stayed at 11. And from like January or whenever they did the registration, like late January to October, I was on the wait list, and I had basically let myself down. I had stopped training. I was like, fuck this. What's the point? This and that. And I went through some serious, like, suicidal ideation. Like, not because of that specifically, but I just basically didn't have a purpose anymore. And started comparing myself to all these other people, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's doing this business, and he's shooting up, and he's doing this business, he's shooting up, and I'm just sitting here with my fucking dick in my hand.
That's the most dangerous part about like these externalizations.
Waiting on a race, you know, this and that.
Yeah.
Point being though, I was so like ready to take the charge, and it had kind of been taken away from me. I could have done a better job in hindsight, like rerouting a goal I had, but it was.
But you were like, I'm gonna run this 240, and you've taken it by the reins, and then those reins just get taken away from you.
Yeah. By
Circumstance.
can't control. You got to control the controllables. Some things are just external. Like some things you just can't control.
Was there feedback there of like, were you just late?
No, I was the first one. I registered on the first minute that it was available, which is kind of another thing. Like,
how did you get so far behind?
It's just a lottery. Like the way that they do the big races that are really popular is like for BPN, like for Nick Bear. I signed up for that. I didn't get in it. People have signed up 5 years in a row. They didn't get accepted because it's like small
lottery.
For Moab, not many people sign up for Moab. There's only been less than 1,000. Actually, this year might have changed that, but by end of last year, I was one of the first 1,000 people on planet Earth to finish the race. Now it's probably like 1,200 or so, I would figure. But there's only about 150, 180 people that finish per year.
Oh. So 2023, you're number 11 on the wait list.
So I'm on the wait list, and all these doubts are going through my mind, this, that, and the third. And I told my buddy who had signed up for the race as well and got in, and he was training and prepping, and he had his plan, you know. And I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm not going to be able to go out there with Logan and get it done. Long story short, though, I got an invite. I woke up I told my buddy, Logan, that I would agree to pace him. And I was going to fly out there. I was going to skip like 10 days worth of work, which would cost me like a lot, and do the whole flight just to pace him, just to be there for him. I was like, I committed. I'll be there for you. I would like to think that you do the same for me. I'm with you, right or wrong.
Yep.
And even if you get it and I help you across the finish line, I'll still take pride in the fact that I was there and I got you, and then you'll owe me one.
Yes.
So you'll get me to the next one, whatever. And so I'm like, I'm done. I'm booked my flight, whatever. God blessed me with the waking up on 7 days before the race, and I checked the wait list, and my buddy on Instagram, his name is Cost House. That's what his Instagram tag name is. He's this awesome guy who's in the ultra scene, and he had texted me. He's like, dude, did you know that you're number 1 on the wait list? Like, and I'm like, what? And I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm number 1. Like, one more spot to go.
Yeah.
And I guess they're just like churning out people that transferred or.
Yep. They called and they go, hey, do you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're like, nah. And I'm like, you've been offered a spot. Do you accept? Yes or no? It's in 7 days. And I'm like, hell yes, bro. And I clicked the button and I got 7 days, and it was the most logistical nightmare on planet Earth. Like, the amount of preparation that a 240-mile race takes should not be underestimated. We can talk a little bit about what you need to do for this 100.
Yep.
But it was so much. But I was so excited. I had a purpose again. I instantly ran 10 miles that night, and I just posted my own Instagram story. I'm back. Moab 240, we're here. This and that. So we go out there, and my two buddies, I basically put the most ragtag crew together that you've ever seen. It's my younger brother, Snook. He's not my blood brother, but he's basically my brother. His older brother was my best friend who passed away. So I basically took him under my wing. He's like my little bro for sure. And then my other buddy, Austin, who is now passed away, also joined us. So I had Snook and AP. His name's Austin, but we call him AP. And long live. And we put the ragtag crew together. Like, they've never ran a fucking nothing close to any of that. Like, we did the We did a marathon, and I think he might have done a 50K. But
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
farthest they went, which is cool.
Marathons are great.
But when you're trying to have someone pace you through a 240-mile race, you're normally needing like a team of like 5 or 6 people, or they've done a 100 before. We got the ragtag crew.
10 times the
They're
distance
smoking
they've ever
blunts.
done.
Oh yeah, but we're going to Utah. You know, they're like 18 years old. And I'm like, oh my God, like how could this have been? And we get the ragtag crew. It's me, Logan, Austin, and Snook. We go to Utah. We're so underprepared. We're literally at the sporting goods shop in Moab 2 hours before the actual race itself, buying a fucking Camelback Osprey bag or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, completely underprepared. No one had any faith except for us. And we got there, we do the race. Long story short, we make it to mile 63, and it's like this lunar eclipse thing that happens like once in 100 years. It's crazy astronomical chance. And we get to mile 63, and Austin and Stoker are supposed to have this rental van with Logan's parents, and they're supposed to have this car with my stuff.
Pace car.
They got high as hell. They broke down in the car, and then the parents had to pick them up in the van, and then they bring the van, but they leave all of my stuff in the car.
And these are like nutrient gels, water, electrolytes, shoes.
I'm sweating. I'm disgusting.
So you need extra change of clothes.
All of it. I need like 3 suitcases worth of stuff. Everything you can imagine, right? I'm on mile 63. I'm just like, God, I can't wait for the crew to get here. I'm going to put my new shoes on. My feet are swollen, so you buy an extra size bigger because your feet are balloons. And I'm like, can't wait to get my big shoes on, this, that, and the third. And we get to the aid station. They're not there. And we sleep for an hour, and it's the desert. It's the middle of the desert, mile 63.
Middle of the night.
Middle of the day, actually. And at 2 p.m., just burning, scorching hot. You can see the heat waves, like, in the air, you know?
Yeah.
And so we take a nap, and then my buddies pull up, and they're there. And I'm like, yo, where's my stuff at? And they're like, we don't got it. I'm like, haha.
Good joke.
Hilarious, bro. Where's my stuff? And like, no, dude, like, we don't got it. Like, the car broke down, and unfortunately, we forgot your luggage. And I'm like,
go back and get it.
I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I need my shoes, and we have to go. Make it simple for me to understand. Where is my stuff? And he's like, we don't have it, bro. And he gives me a fucking dog-chewed phone charger and a pair of And1 socks. And he's like, this is what you got. And I'm like, dude, I have never been more infuriated in my whole existence, probably. And so I realized that they're being serious, and I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. My other buddy Logan's got his parents, he's got the lube, he's got the packs, and he's doing all the changing and stuff, and he's happy, and he's ready to see our friends, and I'm just like completely destroyed. So we start hobbling out there, and then I was basically silent for like 7 hours. Like, I didn't say a word for just 7 hours straight, just moping like this and this and that, like,
because you still haven't gotten your gear. And
oh my gosh. So anyways, we keep going. We make these aid station cutoffs by like a minute. We go to the top of Shea Mountain, which is on mile 114. New PR. Never been past 106 miles. And we are literally dying out there. Like, it's so hot. We run out of water. We're like 8 miles away from the aid station, except the 8 miles is like straight up. And then you go down a little bit, but then you go straight up this fire road. It's like another 3 miles straight up. It's like you can't even fathom it, dude.
You're climbing a mountain 114 miles into a race.
5,000 feet.
Yeah.
And
that's gnarly.
Yeah, it's gnarly. And so we're dehydrated, we're dusted, whatever. Austin ends up ditching us. He's like, y'all are fucked. I'm leaving. I'm not pacing y'all. I'm out. Because me and Logan get to the top, like mile 110, we take a shit, and we're sitting there for like 30 minutes, just like creaking over, like pooping in the woods, and like, it's just so miserable. You can't even imagine it. And anyways, what I'm trying to say is, we go to mile 114, we barely make it. Snook and Austin leave us, and they go up a mile or two ahead of us. And we find them later on. We find Snook on the ground, literally sleeping on the side of the road in the shade with throw up, like, all over his thing. And he went into shock. Like, he literally went into shock. Like, he was going to die. And we pick him up. I'm like, dude. And he's like, dude, I went into shock. And I'm like, come on. So we get to mile 114. We finally get to the aid station. And they cut out. And they're not going to pace us anymore because they're dead, basically. And
are you running with Logan the whole time or no?
Yep. And
pretty good.
And so me and Logan are together because we're like arm in arm, like locked. And Snook and Austin like go ahead of us. Snook basically faints on the side of the mountain. Austin goes to the aid station, and then we finally make it all the way up there. And we start recovering, you know. We were like drinking ginger ale and like puking, like just like completely done.
You're a mess.
And we ended up leaving there, go to the next aid station. We make it by a minute. Go to the next aid station. We're like zombies at that point. We make it by. We didn't even make it. We missed it by a minute. But I'm not gonna say her name, but the very special person that helped me at that aid station before Road 46 let us slide, and it's really not allowed. And they let us slide like 2 minutes after the aid, and then we go for like another 20 miles, and we're just completely destroyed. And then we ended up running out of time. But the point that I'm trying to make with walking you through that story is, whenever you go and do this race, like it is gonna be, like I look back on that memory, and we DNF'd that year. And I went back.
Did Logan DNF as well?
Yep, we both DNF'd and ran out of time. And then 2024, he didn't actually sign up for the race because he started prepping for the military. And I was like, I'm going back. And I go back. Friend Austin passes away, unfortunately. Snook and I come back out there with a new squad, a little bit better. Brandon, who is Austin's bigger brother, comes out there and actually helps me finish the final 40 miles of the Moab. And it's like this awesome thing. And we could get into that story later, but we do Moab 240 and we finish the thing. And so the reason I bring that up is because I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not had all of my friends put together. And technically, one of us literally died on the journey. Like, not literally related to the race itself, but like, hey man,
during this whole
you're gonna die. Knock, knock. Life is short, man. Tomorrow is not promised to any man, woman, or child. And so whenever you're doing stuff like a 100-mile race, right? It's like, well, you could maybe just not do it, and you could have fun and go downtown and go to 6th Street and whatever. But it's like, dude, we're gonna die.
Yep.
We might as well send it. And we might as well send the calendar link and send all of your fucking friends. And so, what I'd love to do is dish this back to you and ask, being that you're going to go until you get there, right? Like, what are the traits and the principles and the emotions and the friends and the things that you want to bring to light as you do this? Like, what are you thinking through? Who are you trying to become through doing this? And who are you trying to bring along to?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the first realization that I've had is like, number one, am I humble enough to know that like I need to ask for help?
Bam.
And so like that's
great one.
Like step number one is the characteristics of like, if I'm gonna dare to do great things, I better dare to call great people and call on that support. Yeah, and so it's like, because like I'd like, we are the people we surround ourselves with, and so for me to accomplish extraordinary things, I need to have extraordinary people around me. That's the first thing, is like calling you and calling my my Ironman coach and calling the people in my life, and my uncle is a ultra marathoner. Yes, and it's reaching out to people cold on Instagram and reaching out to like. A lot of my friends have never run a marathon. In fact, almost none of my friends have ran a marathon, nor any kind of distance like this. But I know all of them can walk for an hour. And so I'm like, let me just put the bar on the floor for you. That if you are my friend and you want to show up and you want to support this, I don't need you to run 100 miles. I don't need you to run a marathon. I just need you to walk with me for an hour. And we'll just talk about your life. We'll talk about my life. I'll hallucinate a little bit. I'll probably pee some blood on my leg. And it'll be great. So number one is like, I just want to genuinely embody the humility to call for help. And like help where we really need it, you know, like to your friend, like throwing up on
goals big enough you can't do them on your own.
Exactly that. And the second part of that is being willing to pursue things that are that scary. To your point, it's like, there's a more than significant chance that I do not accomplish 100 miles with no prep this year. Like, and I'll be real about that. Like,
oh yeah, real quick. That's actually the reason why I brought the whole Moab thing.
Yes.
The scared thing. Like, I was so terrified to I was excited, but I had this doubt the whole entire time. Like every moment of the race, like every aid station, we barely cut it. We just willed our way forward, willed our way forward, and willed our way forward. It's like all this doubt, like bang, 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 coming through, but you still persevere.
Yes.
So,
and that's like, whether I succeed or fail, I know I won't stop. And so like it's
a bad day to be a limiting belief out there on that.
This is a bad day to be a limiting belief. And I'll say, like, I'm not trying to like prove anything to anybody but myself. And it's like, it's just a reminder that like I can do hard things. But it really is like, I want to be able to
go a lot further than you think.
And so it's like, I want to be able to call on people in my life and just genuinely, like, something I've realized is I'm a very sentimental person. And like, I love going to dinner with the boys and hanging out and just like having shenanigans or like hosting random events and parties and like Halloween or whatever else. I've given up on that camera. Like I love hosting Halloween parties and New Year's Eve parties and whatever else. Those are cool. But like, I'm a sentimental person, and like the things that matter with my friends is not having some stupid party or going to some stupid dinner. Like, that's awesome. But like the things that really hit home for me is like when I travel with someone, or when someone really needs help, or when I really need help. And so I'm just excited for that and that type of relationships. And to your point, it's like, I'm excited to find out how far I go. Like, that I'm very excited about is like, I wonder how far I'm going to go. And if I hit the 100, awesome. Onwards and upwards. Once I hit the 100. You're right. Bad day to be a limiting belief out here.
Bad day to be an if, bro. If is the biggest word in the fucking dictionary. If. Fuck if, bro. Fuck if. If, and I'm not trying to flame you, but like,
you're good.
Like, dude, there's a big difference between will versus want. I want to do 100 miles. Oh my God. I want to be a millionaire. Who gives a fuck? Will you?
Will you?
Will you become that? Will you do 100? I will. And if you have trouble, listen to this. This is one of my buddies who I'm trying to mentor and fellowship with and encourage him. He has a lot of hard time like committing and like uttering the commitment because he might break that promise to himself, right? This is going to be for you a big, gigantic container opportunity to prove to yourself that you'll follow through on your word.
Yes.
When it's all said and done. And you will do 100. Not I want to, if I, once I.
No.
It's, well, it is once I, but will I? I will.
Yes. And you know what's crazy is it's the like operating with certainty of like, someone might look at an Ironman or a financial millionaire or 100-mile, and they might say that's such a testament of your strength. That's such a testament of your investing strategy or your savings. It's a testament of your integrity. And so it's like, I will run a marathon. Did you do it? Yes or no? It's testimony of integrity. It's even the same thing with like faith, right? It's like, that's like why we love faith so much, is it creates certainty. It creates a container for integrity. And so it says, if I say I am a Christian, or I am a Muslim, or I am a Buddhist, I am a Christian, just in case there's doubt. When I say that, I immediately have a rubric. I have a standard of expectations, a standard operating procedure. I have KPIs that I get to hit. And if I don't hit my KPIs, if I don't follow the SOP, if I don't follow through on the expectations set forth by the belief systems that I've said I am,
and the goal,
then I can be reconciled against that.
It's creating criteria for failure.
Yes. And what's really interesting is like, whether or not I run this 100, like all the way through, I've said I will, so I will. And so it's same thing with you and Moab. It's like, whether you hit Moab year 1 or year 2, you're still going to hit Moab. You're still going to run the 240. And I genuinely, like, I think that is like, not to get too left field, but like with faith or business, like what ends up happening, and I'll use faith is because I think it's one of the best examples, is people are like, oh, well, like, I believe in Jesus, or I'm this type of belief system, but I still do these things. Like, I don't have to follow those rules. And it's like, well, you kind of do when you say you're signing up for it. It's like, yeah, but then what's the point of salvation, and what's the point of the grace? And it's like, no, it's because of that commitment that you've made. It's because of the love and the gratitude and the joy of just having the commitment, just having the freedom because you've chosen this thing, that you then go out and you actually fulfill it and you live like it.
People are scared to declare their goals, and that's why most people wander around without goals.
Yeah.
Because once you establish it, then it's very clear on whether you failed or not.
Yes.
It's like, did you hit 100? Yes or no? No. Okay, you fucking failed. Now what?
And
I failed. Like,
and then you go back.
and I was like, okay, like, and then it was like, oh, I'm not stopping now. Like, and that was when it really got like, oh my gosh, am I gonna really see this through again, like a whole nother year? And then we went back and did it. Thank the Lord. And
But it you know, it's interesting because there's danger in that. There's a lot of danger in signing up for something because, like, if you fail and you are incapable of changing that, like, that is just as much as a statement about you as completing it and succeeding in something. And so I think that's the thing is, like, we have these psychological fears, and probably because when we were kids, we were told like failure meant something. Because, like, you tell me, like, you look at any kid learning how to walk and they fall over, they don't care. They're gonna keep going.
yes, yeah,
They're like the 2-year-old that's learning how to walk. I don't know how old you are when you learn how to walk, but like they don't care if they fall over. They're gonna get back and they're gonna try again.
right.
But then, like, as we grow up, we learn that there's consequence for failure. We learn that, oh, I failed the test, I'm not allowed to take it again. Oh, I asked out the girl, I'm not allowed to try again. And so, like, we get ingrained as this society and our parents and our teachers and our school system and, like, even our peers. We, like, teach each other, we educate each other that the consequence of trying and failing is permanent, or it says something about you. And, like, there's validity to that. I think we've evolved in that way of, like, success says something about you and failure says something about you. But I think also, like, I would like to believe that we are evolved enough to say, like, hey, we're not fighting for survival anymore. We don't have to go out and hunt our food out of necessity. We don't have to build shelter out of necessity. So, like, we are abundant enough as a species to, like, let's really just emphasize and focus on getting people over the finish line of whatever matters to them. And it's like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, like, let's rehabilitate.
It's such a privilege, right? It's such a privilege. And I think on the failure note, first of all, how blessed are we?
Dude, we're so lucky.
We're so lucky. Blessed, man. Like, the fact that we even have the privilege of sitting here in this cozy house, talking about our goals and this and that. Like, I think a lot about how, like, if you're not making, let's say, whatever the amount of money it is that you need to pay your bills and actually have some excess savings, if you're not making that, the only thing you're thinking about is, can I pay that rent?
Yes.
And you don't, it's kind of like, not liberating. I'm not going to say liberating because that'd be kind of disrespectful, but it's almost as if you don't have time to think about all these goals and shit.
No.
It's like, I just got to pay my rent, dude. I don't really have time to think about this and that. And so now that I'm in a position of such privilege, right? Like, making money, and of course I earned it or whatever. But I've been lucky, major lucky, like,
hugely
by this grace of God. Like, without God and without a bunch of luck, like, I'm not sitting here today, so I can't take any and not even half the credit for it. But I did my part, you know? And now,
well, let me just call you out. You showed up. You did none of it. Like, you got really, really, really lucky, but you were willing to show up anyway. Like, you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but fucking raise my hand, sign me up.
Yep.
So continue, but.
Right. And I just barely grabbed on to the opportunity that presented itself. And so, the reason why I like to put myself in these voluntary suffering situations, like a lot of people, when I went and did that Ironman video, it went super viral, whatever. All these people are like, why are you doing this? Like, that's stupid. Like, this and that. And it's like, well, you know, I want to put myself in voluntary situations of suffering by choice, because I used to do it and I didn't get a choice. It was just suffering.
Yeah.
Right. But now I'm cozy and I'm comfortable and we're in our AC and our house and all this stuff. Going to put yourself in voluntary suffering, and that's why we go to the gym. That's why we do the cold plunge. That's why we do the XYZ. It's because it's actually very, very liberating, right? And that demonstrates that freedom. And also, it gives meaning to this cozy, cushy, I'm not going to say utopia, but, like, you know, if everything was perfect, the first thing humans would do is find a way to burn it. Just so we could see something happen. Like, we can't have complete order, right? And so most of my life is fairly orderly. Yeah.
Dude, but we need discomfort. Humans inherently, I think, I heard this thing from a friend, beauty is pain. That it's like we inherently like
when you do makeup and, like, when you put your eyebrows and stuff, like,
yeah, like the women doing, like, the micro needling and, like, the laser hair removal and then, like, spending 3 hours doing makeup, like, that's miserable. That just genuinely. But it's like,
shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies. We love all the effort you put in.
The ladies.
And to your point, it's like the things worth attaining in life are inherently difficult, and they always have been. Whether we were hunting for a woolly mammoth or anything else in life, like, it's always going to be hard, and it always was hard, and it probably always will be hard, of like the things worth attaining. And it's like the things, like, I actually, you start to run away from comfort, of like, you start to realize like, wait a second, like sexual gratification has gotten a lot easier with the internet and OnlyFans, but it's like, ooh, that tells me that maybe this is not the thing that I'm looking for. And I'm not trying to say be a sadist and like punish yourself or make your life inherently terrible, but to your point, it's like there's something about doing hard things intentionally, or at least just enduring the hard things that have been forced upon you.
Well, the devil doesn't try to feed you with spinach, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard that the road to hell is paved like heaven?
Yep.
And the road to heaven is paved like hell.
And it's like someone, I can't remember who it was. Someone dropped that bar on me that like, dude, the devil doesn't tempt you with spinach, brother. And I'm like, fuck you. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Okay, let me internalize that for a second. But you're right. Like, we got to go and search out the things, and for whatever you're looking for, if you're in a position where you're too comfy and you're just sitting in your fucking bed and you're just kind of feeling like, what's the point of all this? Just pick a thing. Could be running a marathon. That's the most practical one for me, at least in my experience, and that's really, really served me well. Matter of fact, if you sign up for a marathon because of this clip right here, I will personally pay for it. That's it. And if we go viral,
let's bankrupt Tristan.
Yeah. I'm already a good amount in the hole on Austin Marathon. If you see this clip,
you know what it is? We'll be financially smart. Nix that last bit. If you sign up for the Austin 100, the Ladybird Lake 100 miler will sponsor it. You show up on this clip.
That could be a good one.
I think that's a lot more financially screwedness.
How about this? Full send. How about full send? If you sign up for the marathon yourself with your own credit card from seeing this post, once you get here, I will reimburse you if you said it was because of me, and we'll do something cool with that, and we'll put it in a pot. Point I'm trying to make is pick a thing. Go run a marathon, man. Go run a marathon. Pick it, because it's going to force you to become the type of person that's capable of running a marathon.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Or at least do something binary, right? Like learn how to make a super complicated dessert, or like try to do 500 dials in a day. But like do something that's binary, whether or not you're going to accomplish the result. It'll force you to be a type of person to get there. Like that's...
Say binary, what do you mean?
Binary of like, did you accomplish the thing, yes or no?
Choice, okay, black and white.
It's black and white. It's yes or no. It's
so
you did or you didn't.
With this marathon, with this 100, what are you going to tell yourself when it gets gets perceived as impossible in your mind? Like, you just don't feel like you can take another step. Like, what are you going to tell yourself? Feel free to give it some thought.
I think the only thing that I've experienced that works in that moment is like, can I go one more?
Yep.
And that's like, when I was prepping for my Ironman, someone gave me a really good piece of advice, and I'm happy they did. He goes, there's going to be a point where the only distance you can run is to the next telephone pole, and just fucking celebrate the telephone pole. And there's a point. And so like, that'll probably be the same thing with this ultra, where there's going to be a point where it's like, can I get to the next crack in the sidewalk? And like, that is just as important as crossing the finish line, is getting to that crack. There's that saying, like the words that kept coming to my mind is like, the pressure is the privilege. Like, the pressure is a privilege. And I'm just excited to your point, get out there, because it is like, I get to voluntarily sign up to do something difficult. And that is going to reinforce, whether I win or lose, that the fact that I can endure a certain amount of difficulty. And it's going to reinforce that I'm the type of person that goes out and does hard things. That I'm the type of person that defines myself based on my efforts and puts things out on the line. I think we need more of that. Like, as a society, I need more of it as a human being. And yeah, I'm anticipating I didn't know it was the scary 40, that last 40, but I'm anticipating there to be a lot of mental chatter where it's literally like, At first it'll be, can I get to the aid station? Because it's a 10-mile loop.
It'll get so dark you can't even comprehend.
Dude, I'm scared.
What happens after 40 hours if you don't sleep, which you should probably sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll want to sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at 6 at the crack of dawn. Because we have daylight savings, you can wake up a little bit earlier, maybe sleep 2 to 5, or go all night. You could do that too. But you'll start hallucinating, man.
Yeah.
You try to go through the whole night, and you get to 30 hours in, no sleep. You will start to see shit that is not there, and that's where your mind, like you're unlocking this layer of your mind that you don't even. It's not even the paradigm. You can't even fathom it yet. And so I'm so excited for you to experience that, man. It's such an awesome, cool place to explore.
I love how Tristan's like, you're going to see demons, and it's going to be the worst thing that you've ever experienced, and your feet are going to be like balloons, and you're going to be bleeding, and your butt crack is going to be chafed. We haven't talked about that on the podcast yet.
Man.
And you're going to be hallucinating, and you're going to be miserable, and I can't wait for you. I'm so excited.
I'm sick, bro. I don't know what it is.
Sick.
So,
dude, there's something about it.
So, with that being said, though, here's a couple, if I can give you a few.
Yeah. Please help me, Brett.
This is straight. I didn't make this up. This is straight from Jesse Itzler. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
What a legend, man. Oh, my gosh. I still got to fill out my big-ass calendar. I still got to go back and backfill it. Haven't done that all year, but it's been on my list for a while.
Let's, for next year, so let's both buy some backs, big-ass calendars.
Let's do it.
And let's just make a commitment to backfill last year's.
Let's do it. Here's a couple things. I use this to hype up my buddies that did their first 100. Couple pieces of advice. Number one, whenever someone asks you how you feel, the only answer you say is outstanding. How do you feel?
Outstanding.
That's all you can say.
Yeah.
The framework is like, just don't give your pain a voice.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two is don't die in the chair. I'm sure you could take a guess at what that means if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's going to be, every time I finish that lap and I sit down.
That's right.
It's like, if I'm going to fail during the ultra, I better fail on my feet. Because I can already see that of like, you're in that chair and you literally can't move and your knees are locked up. Yep. And you cannot move.
They're going, oh, you're massaging your feet. Oh, it feels like an orgasm. You're scratching your blisters inside of your toes and you're sitting there and you go, you've been in there.
Don't die in the chair. That's great.
That's great. You got to put your shoes back on, knock the dust out of them, keep going. Do not die in the chair, my friend. Make sure you set a timer every time you go into that aid station, and I'll be with you for the second half because I'm flying back in. But do not die in the chair. Set a timer and set strict rules on quick in and out, and then you plan your naps. Sometimes you'll go off kilter, and I'll tell you this: you'll make a plan, and then it'll all go to shit.
Yep.
But still make
that's
the plan.
life.
Still make the plan though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's that whole thing of like if you fail the plan, you plan to fail. But it's like the reality is like the plan will not go according to plan. That's the whole point. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, you're good.
Don't die in the chair.
Don't die in the chair. Only your pain of voice. How do you feel? Outstanding. Is the only answer. And the third one's just be grateful. Just be grateful, man. And just you get out there, man. You know, we're sitting here in this house. You get to choose to run a 100-mile race. Like, it's such a blessing, dude. And you're gonna see Austin. You're gonna have a really gigantic affinity for this trail forever. And every time you step on it, you'll remember those footprints. And there's gonna be you're gonna set the record for the most footprints on Lady Bird Trail in a weekend, for sure. It's not even a question at all. You will have in Austin the number one amount of footprints in 48 hours on Lady Bird Trail, 100%.
I'm so stoked.
Boom, right? And the cool part is we're not gonna have a crowd. We're gonna have nothing, but we're still gonna make a movie out of it.
It's gonna be
the one that helps me the most is. I did all the David Goggins motivational videos. I had a playlist queued up where I could have my phone on airplane mode so it wouldn't die as fast. You'll still probably have your phone on, but get the charging packs. Do a playlist ahead of time. Curate a playlist. That's a big one. Get your favorite motivational stuff. That helped me at least. And I'm one of those, what do they call it? Like red pill, like something core. It's like
Hope Core times
core.
Hustle Core. Yeah.
You know, it's like watching David Goggins videos and rah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
one last one.
Yes.
It's the biggest one though, despite the playlist and all the things. It's just when I'm out there, I'm thinking, it's not about me anymore. 5 words. It's not about me anymore. That's it. That's your ticket. It's not about me anymore. And the reason I think that it works so well is because when you think about leadership and you think about the best companies in the world, and this is like, I didn't make this up either. This is from Jim Collins or Joe Collins, the guy that wrote the book Good to Great.
Jim Collins.
So he talks about level 5 leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to understand like what that means. And it's something along the lines of you will the best CEOs in the company that didn't go under in the recessions and the ones that stood the test of time and made it to 30 years and 50 years and biggest companies in the world, they had level 5 leaders. And the reason they were level 5 leaders, I think the way you analyzed it, and I could get this totally wrong, so don't quote me, is they analyzed the speeches. And the level 5 leaders,
I versus we.
Yeah, less I statements.
Yes.
Right?
And it dramatically, it's like 80% less I.
Right. It's like I this, I that. By the way, if you use I statements, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be miserable because you think about yourself too much.
It's even fun, actually. Invitation for everybody of like, there's like macro things like run a marathon to change your life, but then there's micro things like whenever you're texting people, do the I audit of like, especially in conflict. Whenever I'm trying to navigate a conflict with someone, I notice as soon as I start going, and then this and then I'm like, I'm picking a fight right now. I am not navigating a conflict. As soon as I start I statementing in sales, in conflict, I'm like, let me put some we's. Let me put some you's. And then it's like, and then if I'm going to speak about me and what's going on in my world, instead of being like, well, and then I felt really upset that you did this, or like, I really think you should. Instead, an option that could work really well in this situation, or something that came up when you said this thing was this. And then it's not like, I'm not trying to
me.
Yes, and no, it's no longer selfish.
There's a bunch of ways you can apply that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
you're
so
out
good.
there.
So good.
So when you're out there on the trail, it's not about you anymore. And that'll allow you to think bigger than you. Because that's kind of small think, right? Like we want a bigger mission, right? You're going to inspire people. Yeah, you don't even know yet. They're not even in your fucking atmosphere right now. That's the craziest thing about all these 100-mile races and whether it was worth it or not. Yeah, of course it was worth it because I've sent my energy frequency way out into the planet.
Yes.
I mean, I was doing the math, right? Like one of my reels got like a million views on this Ironman thing. I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's a 0.25% of the entire planet Earth. That's a lot of people, bro. And if you just make those deposits and you do something like this, you have no idea the magnitude by which it can shoot through the universe and expand in inspiration. So like I always joke around like with this whole marathon thing, I'm going to eventually create a pyramid scheme of marathon inspiration where I'm going to inspire people to make a marathon that they're going to inspire.
Yes.
They're going to recruit people to inspire more. And it's a big fucking cult of just inspiration, right? Like
of just motivation.
Yes, dude. And so you're going to send something out into the world that you have no clue yet. Right here today, and I'm so glad we had this conversation, dude. You're going to send it into the universe, and it's not going to be about you. So whenever it gets really, really tough, put yourself to the side.
Yeah.
And a couple things, tactical. You're going to need a lot of lube.
I'm going to need a lot of lube.
You're going to need a lot of lube, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of lube. You can get Salty Britches. There's a couple other brands. Go to the running store and get a big vat. You're talking a big old blob of it. And you're gonna put it all right there.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna get hamburger ass. And then it's not about anyone anymore. It's about I can't wait.
It's about McDonald's now.
Yeah, it's about quarter pounder with cheese in between my thighs is what it's about. So please avoid that. That's the mistake I made on my 100-mile races. I didn't lube my ass. And I promise you that you can lube. When in doubt, lube it out, bro.
Okay.
Because when you're at 60.
I want to make sure I have like the esoteric stuff because the esoteric stuff matters.
We'll get into the
and then we're gonna get practical, tactical right now. We're about to get in the trenches, but big things. Be grateful. Only answer to how are you doing is I'm outstanding.
How are you feeling? Outstanding.
How am I feeling? I'm outstanding. Be grateful. It's not about me anymore.
Don't die in the chair.
Don't die in the chair. Anything else?
Who do you want to be?
Who do you want to be?
Oh, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Another one of my favorite mantras on the treadmill, especially.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Pop, 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 pop. You know, shout out to Madeline, that girl that you got to sign up for the marathon.
Go.
Bro, she's running. She posted today her Strava 10 miles at like a 9:30 pace. I'm like, she's faster than me, bro. She's wicked.
All three of them are savages.
Yeah, that's a great little trio they got going on.
I love them.
Yeah, they're solid.
They're queens, and they're
Super
going to do the
solid.
marathon. We got.
There's something so cool about awesome women. I just really love awesome women. Godly women. Godly women. Oh, godly women are the best. Okay.
We love godly women.
We love godly, bro, because there's something awesome about awesome women in general, like high achievers, present, really kind women. But then there's something about like there's a responsibility or a certain like value of like these women that like won't let you near them unless there's some kind of God thing going on. That's really cool to me.
I'm gonna give a shout out to somebody. There's a woman that I want to specifically shout out. Let me find her name.
Oh,
her name is on Instagram, Souls and Souls. Souls ND Souls, and her name is Erin. I'm gonna fuck this up. Smigielski. She's a fucking beast, bro. And she's a dog. She's out here dogging these dudes. She's running crazy. I think she's done some triathlete stuff, and she's about to do a 50-miler. JFK 50-miler, and there's no doubt in my mind that she'll be one of the biggest ultra ladies on the scene.
What's so cool too is like
she's up.
Bro, and the levels of like the ultra stuff of like it's one thing to like run a 50 or run 100 like just and finish it, not DNF. And it's a whole other game for these people that are like competitive. Like when you say like, oh, she's going to go run this 50, it's like it's not that she's just going to go run this 50. Like I'm sure she's going to show up. And it's like that is dude.
She's gonna smoke this shit. She's got
those levels terrifying me, bro.
She's wow.
Yeah.
And
so awesome.
Shout out to all the ultra baddies that are just hitting the pavement or the trail.
Dude, what's better, trail or pavement?
Oh, I'm gonna piss some people off with this one. Definitely trail. Not even close. It's not even a close thing. Some people prefer the road. Whatever. I'm not fast. Okay, I'm not doing this 6-minute miles fucking track workout shit. I love the trail, man. I love getting out there in the nature. You know what I love about trail races, especially, and you might see some of this on Labor, but I don't think there's that many routes or anything. It's pretty smooth, right?
It's pretty smooth,
gravel-ish,
yeah,
or like dirt,
yeah, dirt track.
It's a great
yeah, just a couple pieces of concrete, couple pieces of gravel.
Yeah. The thing about trails, man, is that there's roots all over the ground, and so you want to be present, bro. You can be present. You can kind of put your mind on autopilot when you're running around a track, start to wander.
Yeah.
On a trail, you got to look at the ground right in front of you. You look 4 paces up, you're gonna trip. You look behind you and you look at someone else,
trip,
bust your face. I've done it. I busted my head open many times. Like seriously, looking at other people and worrying about everyone else. There's so many lessons in there.
So many lessons.
And if you try to keep up with someone else, it'll fuck you up and you'll trip and bust your face. And also, especially on this goes for any race, but on trail races, I was racing in 2024 with this guy named Eli Webby. He's probably the hottest thing when it comes to like savage dudes on the market right now on the ultra scene. Like he's crushing. Him and Andy Glaze, they're teamed up and they're best buds and stuff. And this guy I respect and admire a lot. He just recently lost his dad. He's crushing all these races. And in 2024, I had actually caught up to him in the race, which I did not expect because he starts off the race and he runs a 5-minute mile to kick off Moab. And there's a little video of us kicking off the start line of the Moab 240 because I went in and waded my way up to the front. I'm like, what's up, y'all? It's Instagram in real life, you know? And I was at mile 20-ish. Everybody was dying. Everybody was puking. There was only in 2024 in Moab, there's the only year that someone dropped out at mile 17 because it was so hot. And I think there might have been
gnarly weather.
Yeah, it's so hot, heat exhaustion. Someone said they put some shit in the fucking food on the aid station, which probably not. But I caught up to him.
Damn.
After he was on the sideline just barfing, like just totally wrecked. Like totally should have dropped the race. But he sat there on the rock and I sat with him and I tried to give him a fist bump. He's like, dude, I'm covered in vomit, dude. Like, you don't.
Yeah. We look.
Yeah, fair. So I sat with him on the rock for a second. I was like, I'm going to keep going. And he's like, I'll catch up. And I just kept going. And then he comes by me and we share a mile or two together. And then he just speeds off and he gets back on his 8-minute 7-minute pace or whatever. And he keeps going and he finishes like top 20. And I'm in the back, right?
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to say is in these races, and this is for life too, and any ultra marathon level thing that's going to take a lot of time, energy, effort, and resources, it doesn't matter about the pace that somebody else is running. It's like you don't know who's going to finish first, and you don't know where you're going to finish. And so even if you start out slower, don't trip, because that person that's in front of you, they might blow up. That person that you think is, oh, Mr. Big Shot, they're fucking 3 times ahead of me.
Cooked.
You don't know that they're going to be there.
Or that one person that's running 20s the whole time.
Right, the one person. Dude, you know how many times I've passed someone on a marathon or an ultra, and it's an old granny. I'm talking like 70 years old. People that are not what you would consider to be a fit person.
Dude, I have the same exact experience on the Ironman.
You'll pass them and you go, ha ha, took your soul, right? Next thing you know, at the end of the race, they're chipping, you're walking, and they just chip by you, and they just go, ha ha. And it's like, that's what endurance is, right? And so the takeaway is like, you can't compare your pace to anybody else's either. And if I'm looking at Eli, like, I don't want to compete with him. He's going to finish top 5, top 10.
Yep.
He's going for the top, and I'm just going to finish. And that's okay too, because these are different races, and just finishing the race is the goal.
Yes. Yeah. It's not, I'm not going out there for speed. I'm going out there for completion.
So
yeah.
I love the ultra community, man. Trail running race, trail community. Once you get this 100 down, we'll go, and I'm doing the Grand Slam of, I've never said this publicly. I'm doing the Grand Slam of ultras of 200s next year.
That's right. You're doing like 4 200s next year.
It's the Arizona Monster 300 miles. Then it's Bigfoot, Tahoe, Moab again. So this will be round 3 with Moab. Hopefully I get my second buckle. I hate that I missed it this year because Goggins was out there. Goggins did the 240 this most recent, a couple weeks ago. I was like, dang it. You know, I did it before and after. Or excuse me, the 2 years before, and then he did it. And I'm like, God, I would have met Goggins. That would have been sick. But I'll find him.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you. Seriously, because
But he flies, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not.
You just want to run the race with him.
I just want to catch him out with Goggins. Yep. That's on my bucket list, 100%. And I'll definitely have a conversation with him. We'll do a quick mini Stay Hard pod. But what I'm trying to make, dude, is...
As you should.
Arizona Monster 300, Bigfoot, Tahoe, Moab. So it's 300, 200, 200, 240. All next year. In like 6 months. And...
Grand Slam, baby.
I signed up for it. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why? Why, Tristan, why? What do you have to prove? Who are you trying to impress? And then I thought, am I doing this for validation? I don't think so. Would I do this even if I couldn't record it or post it or do anything? I didn't even post about Moab until a year later. I didn't even announce it on social media.
Yep. Matt was like, are you going to film this 100? I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure. But like, not the point.
Right. But you're still going to do that because of the inspiration and
yes.
heart posture.
Yes.
Check
and
heart posture.
Sowing the seeds.
Yep.
Sowing the seeds.
I am going to knock these 4 races out. I don't think it's for validation. I don't think it's because I need anybody to
like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I do want to inspire though, and if I'm going to be the you can go a lot further than you think guy, well, I better go a lot further than I can think and keep doing that, right? And I've already set those standards, and I'm going to have to keep doing it because, like you said, the new mountains, you know. And so when I crossed the Moab finish line, there was no marathon blues. Like, I didn't get sad afterwards. I was cool for like a month and a half.
For sure.
I let that one lather because I really I had really did the damn thing, and I had put 36 months of mental bandwidth into achieving that little tiny little belt buckle they give you at the end of the race. And
it's so funny. Out of like all of his trophies, we just looked at all of your trophies, and Tristan has like these giant 100-mile plaques and these giant marathon plaques, and then the Moab 240 is the smallest.
I think it's how little one. Yeah, it's the most meaningful for sure, man.
For sure.
About my bed.
Yeah.
And then
we kiss it at night.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Whenever I had 2 buckles, I went home and I slept with them, bro. I swear to God, I slept with it. Every night I got a buckle, I slept with it.
That's super fair. Yeah.
Talk about sentimental, bro. I never wore one of them, but I should probably get a belt.
Yeah.
Get a sick app. But
something about a leather belt.
Yeah, dude. And in Texas, for sure. But I'm doing it because, number one, I'm going to bring a lot of people along the way. Meaning, like, inspire that type of change and wake them up off the couch. Like, I get all these texts, And I mean this in the most humble way possible. I get all these messages like, you inspired me to get up and run today. You inspired me to go to college. You inspired me to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, holy shit. You can just inspire people.
And it's like, and then they're going to do that for someone else.
That's that pyramid chain reaction.
Yes.
Dude. That's that chain reaction.
Dude, it's so good.
And I think I have a moral obligation now. Like, I have a moral obligation to carry a light and illuminate the path for someone behind me.
You know,
and I mean that in the least narcissistic way.
No, it's not, because here's like two things that are really interesting. Rehabilitation rates or reintegration rates out of federal prison or out of penitentiaries, out of prisons in America is like abysmally low. Like the likelihood that you're going to commit another crime and be reincarcerated or go back to jail after going to jail is like absurdly, like a little scary high. It's like, yeah, it's more than a coin flip that you're going to just go back. It's like you're a bad apple now. And I think that's like such a load of shit. I think it's like, it's absolutely untrue that you're just a bad apple. Like, I think people can change. I think it's like the human condition is inherently that we adapt to our environment. Literally we adapt to our environment. And now, like, you know, there's that old saying, you become the people you spend time with, or show me a man's friends and I'll tell you the man. And now our friends are just social media. Our friends are the content that we consume and the content we interact with and the people we interface with on a day-to-day basis. Matthew, the book of the Bible, Matthew, which walks through the whole life of Jesus. So like Matthew, the accountant, starts with like the birth of Jesus and walks all the way through Jesus. And in it, he says, Jesus, words from Jesus. He goes, you are the light of the world. You are a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. Just as a lamp in a house, you don't cover it with a basket to hide its light. No, you leave the lamp on the mantle and allow its light to spread throughout the whole household. You are the light of the world. And that's it. It's not about look how good I am or look how much I can accomplish. It's like, no. And it's so interesting that like something that I've experienced, like as I've kind of gone through my own journey, is like the people that watch you go from nothing to something, or like go watch you, like for me it was like watching me go from unreliable pothead loser in high school to like running an Ironman and building a business, now living in this house. Like they have two options. And number one option is like accept that they can change and that this is possible for them. And they go, Harrison, you convinced me to get sober. Harrison, you've convinced me to move out of the hometown. You've convinced me to try this new thing. And it's the most beautiful thing. Or the second option is to just try to tear you down.
Unfortunately.
And that's okay too. And it's, you know, like if that's what we want to do, of like, oh, they're just selfish, like it's all fake, blah, blah, blah. And that happens to everybody. And I think it's like, it's the balance of life. But
well, have you ever personally saw somebody and you felt jealous of them?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think about it like there are people in my life that I would say right now, actually, if I reflect out loud, like I'm actually in a pretty good season of not comparing myself to anyone. That feels good to say. But there have been plenty of times where I compare myself up and try to be, you know, oh, he's got this, so I need to do this and that. But I'll give you a mental model. There's a really, really fine line between jealousy and inspiration. It's like it's like a thin thread.
And it's gray. It's hard to see.
Fuck yeah. And you just got to choose to be inspired. And so if you're ever feeling like, oh, this person has what I want, or this person's ahead of me, or whatever, make sure you're not assuming lucky them, they got it easy, whatever, because that's just total cope.
Yeah.
That's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of most people, they work hard as hell and they don't show you, like, the Instagram is just fake news, dude.
I love this saying that everybody's doing the best they can with what they have. And so it's like, there's a certain belief that I've instilled in myself that like everybody's trying their hardest. Like there's no such thing as like 20% effort. It's like we just do the best with the tools that we have available to us at the time. And so it's like I look at some of my childhood friends or people that I know that like do nothing, literally nothing. And I'm like, that's just like they don't know what else to do. Like they don't have alternative options. If they did, they would deploy them. And then,
or if they had X willpower, then they would achieve Y.
Yeah. And so it's like, there's no such thing as lucky them.
I think if you're ever like waiting on someone to change and it's holding you back, there's a good framework, which is people can change, but you should assume they won't. But I even try to challenge that too within myself, because I really do believe in people making a change. And maybe I don't think it's naive, because I'm educated enough to contend with the other side of it through experience. And I still just believe in humans, bro.
I believe in humans so hard, bro. But I think like, and what I've learned is you cannot inspire someone to desire to change. It's like someone has to express the desire to change before like it's that whole like you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. I lost one of my closest friends in my childhood because I tried to convince him that he should change when he was perfectly stoked the way he is. And like the realization is now is like I called him a couple years ago because we had a falling out, big falling out. Because I'm like, dude, we shouldn't smoke pot and play guitar and hang out. Like there's more to life. He's like, no, there isn't. I'm chilling. And I'm like, and so we had this big falling out. And then I called him. This was maybe last year. And I'm like, what are you up to? And he's like, I'm learning how to carve a canoe by hand. And like I had this big moment in my mind where I'm like, he hasn't changed at all. And look how beautiful his life is. Because he had no desire to change.
He's probably more content and at peace with their life than we are.
Yes, like his mental health is probably actually doing just fine.
Yeah, it's like, Hispanic families are probably like the where my mind goes with like Hispanic families objectively might not be the most materially successful, but I would bet you anything that their camaraderie and their family orientation is of the highest, which allows them to dance. And you see these tight-knit families, and it's just so beautiful, right? I think, like you mentioned, I have a lot of people from my back home where I don't think I've made a lot of enemies. Like I've tried to do right by everybody, and I think that overall, like, I've left most relationships in a positive way, but I have run into that situation where it's like, the person does have a choice, but you don't want to thrust your beliefs about the world on top of them. But when someone sees what I've done, I hope they find inspiration in it because I'm just some fucking dude, bro. Like I was a drug dealer. Like I was selling weed for like 10 years. And maybe I was still the generous, nice guy or whatever, but like I had no prospects. I come from fucking my mom literally fucking begging for money in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I had to sit in the car and fucking roll my chair down so I didn't get seen. Like I came from fucking nothing, dude. Nothing. And so I try to say that not to say you should feel sorry for me, this and that, but it's an inspiration, right? Like, and Hormozy talks about like, if you're ever in that pond, like, and you're like, oh my God, what was me, this and that and the third, like we joked about, if the homeless people come and steal your fucking aid station on the hundred, like if that happens, the only reframe that's worthwhile is this will be a great.
It's gonna be such a great part of this because I'm doing this pretty much unassisted, this 100, and I'm gonna have a table with it's nuts. I'm gonna have a table out there with like all my shit on it at 3 a.m, unsupervised, at the side of a public park that's notoriously bad for homeless people sleeping there. And like I'm gonna put a little note that's like, "Hi, my name is Harrison. I'm running a 100-mile race right now. Sure. I'm literally
Debbie cakes.
I'm literally alone, and I really, really need this. Like I might die without this. Please." And all like it's cool because I'm even working with a local nonprofit, and we hand out food to the homeless. I'm gonna have a cooler for hobos, and like, hey, we got some stuff for you. Like, yeah. And so I'm like, grab a sandwich and a water bottle over here, but pretty please. But like, if it disappears, like, mashallah, bro, glory to God. Like, what a great part of the story.
What a big part of the story. Yeah. It's like, and then the hobos told my Debbie cakes.
Yeah,
that's a hook.
And I almost died in the chair,
dude. The hobo almost stole my Debbie cakes. No, the hobo stole my Debbie cakes, and I almost died in the chair. That's a fucking hook, bro.
That's a 10-bagger, bro. That's a 10-bagger. But I'm trying to speak some life, bro. I trust people. As we were talking about, like, inherently, I got a lot of belief. And so I'm going to just set people up to succeed. I'm going to say, hey, if you're hungry and if you're thirsty, here you go. I'm going to set them up to succeed. And then I'm also going to just have belief that I'll be okay.
Sure thing, dude. Dude, what a fucking ride. I think that this conversation is going to be a little bit different. And we're not talking about business stuff. We're talking about business adjacent, though. Right. And so for the audience, if you rode along and you followed along to this conversation, I'd love to hear some good feedback. Harry and I are probably going to send about 100,000 more of these. So bring it on. Let us know what you want to hear about. But I think that it's important to recognize it's not all about business and close rate and fucking marketing funnels and stuff. Go out and get a hobby, whether it's playing chess, running miles, or knitting fucking t-shirts. I don't care. Go get something that excites you and make a little bit of space for it, right? And if it's 100 miles, you know who to call.
You know where to come.
That's right. I'm so pumped for you, dude. We're going to bring the Ladybird Trail, Ladybird like 100 to life. We have to. We have to bring it to Austin.
Dude, the Austin 100 would go so
What's
hard.
really interesting is that unless you would have done this 100 now, we wouldn't have had this conversation. And something's going to come from this conversation that we didn't expect. So if you got any takeaways, please let us know. This is just one of those synchronicities where coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. And I was trying to get you to sign up for the Brazos Bend 100, which is a 100 that happens in Texas in December. It's pretty well known. That would have been cool.
I might do that one
But
too.
the LBL 100 is about to be lit.
Yeah, the LBL first year. One
LBL
participant.
LBL 100 Volume 1, Population 1. You're going to set the record, bro. I can't wait to cheer you on.
I'm so
I'll be flying in the day of day 2 for you, and I will will you to the finish line.
Dude, the timing that Tristan, you're coming back into town, like when I'm halfway through and I'm going to be miserable.
Get off the plane with my shit, and I will be there, dude.
I'm so stoked.
Freaking wait.
It's going to be good.
So, I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, I'm excited. I need to talk tacticals with you because I'm not going to get a chance before the race. Yeah, let's do it. But last thing for the audience is like, this is business actually, and this is faith actually, and this is relationships.
This is what made it look like.
This is what made it looks like, and it's all the things of like, you've heard that thing a million times. It's like how you do anything is how you do everything. That's all this is. And it's like, and I forgot that. And it's really easy to forget that. And so we need anchor points, and then we need cornerstone habits. And so it's like, oh, let me just go do this brutal thing that's disgusting with no preparation, that's going to break me psychologically and wear me down, because it'll validate that I actually, like, how I do anything is how I do everything. And let me just go do this one thing, and it'll re-anchor everything. It contextualizes everything around it.
I wanted to say something about that too, which is, you talked about the Ironman and how it kind of let you down, right? But it's about the expectations on what you feel like the finish line is supposed to be.
Yes.
And that's the wrong framework. So what I'll invite you to think through is the best, what should I give you? Expect nothing.
Appreciate everything.
That's the one to apply. I expect nothing. I appreciate everything. And the climb is going to be a lot of fun. We can get into tacticals, but the last theoretical, esoteric one is just like, expect nothing, appreciate everything. And you are able to invite yourself to be a different person when you get to the other side of the finish line, and it can really wipe your slate clean. There's a bunch of ways to wipe your slate clean. Move into a new city.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Whatever it is, right?
We'll just blend that with faith.
Another one is running 100 miles in the dirt, around in the circles. There's something about it, man. Something about it. So, like, I fucking love it.
It's sacred, bro. It's so interesting because my first half marathon was the thing that actually, like, and so, like, I'll say, like, I don't regret the Ironman, and like, but it was like that moment of like, I thought this would be everything, and then the realization that like, actually it's not about the summit, it's about the climb. But when I ran my first half marathon, I ran it unassisted. Just woke up on Saturday and I was like, I'm training for this Ironman. I need to run a half marathon, 13.1. And so I just ran in a 1 mile loop, and I just ran this loop 13 times, and like just rolling around in the dirt like that is sacred, bro. There's something about it of like, I'm stoked.
Chop wood, carry the water. Let's get into
chop wood, carry water.
Fire.
Yeah, rapid fire. Walk me through aid station, support, hydration, fuel, rest, recovery. I know that I need to lube my asshole, and that's all I know.
Yeah. So far we've got.
Is that for the hobo?
Because they bottle of lube, and put it in your ass, okay, and everything else down here.
Oh yeah.
That's step one. Do not forget that under any circumstance. When in doubt, lube it out. Don't forget it.
Should I start with lube or should I let?
Oh yes.
Okay, so lube day one straight.
And you get a Ziploc bag, and you dump more lube in it, so you got lube on the go.
Okay.
Pocket, so it gets warm and
pocket lube.
Indeed, go in and get it. Okay. Hamburger ass, you don't want it. You really don't, and you'll have it by mile 20 if you're not careful. It's really a big deal. The ultra folks know. So,
dude, I didn't get it with my Ironman.
That's because anyways.
I'm just the Superman.
Yeah. 100 miles is different. Same motion for 2 days. You're going to fuck it up if you don't. Here's the aid station. You ready? I would say electrolytes-wise, you need to be drinking, and everybody's just going to rip me apart in the comments for this one because I'm going to get it wrong and I'm not going to get it too right, but it goes something like this. Drink a lot of water. drink a lot of electrolytes. I'll split it probably half and half. So what I used to do when I would carry my fast is I would do a water bottle's worth of electrolyte mix water and
Raw
regular
water. Yeah.
water. I'll use BPN. That's what I've been jamming with. It's really good. I love it. Who else is good? Jeremy Miller, Switchback Electrolytes. You can get a tub of that. That's awesome. I used to do Tailwind, but I would go Switchback or BPN on the electrolytes. Just get a big tub. It'll be fine. Gels-ish. I would say you can do some gels. There's all types. You can go and find what works for you. And I'd try to do some runs this week, no matter where you're at, whether you're in whatever city or not. Go to New York?
Colorado.
Okay. Go to the running store in Colorado. Get some altitude training. All right, that's going to be good for you.
I'm running a 5K on Sunday. And then, do you think, okay, so I run
I've run a bunch of 5 miles. Are you doing it from how many days?
Friday until Sunday. So I've set
everyone else in the world would tell you rest all week. But me, who's done many of these off the couch, many 100s, I did 100 miles.
You and I are not like Pierce House, who's like trained and prepped and ready to go. Shout out Pierce for like actually being ready for his shit and like follows an actual routine.
He just texted me. He's like, dude, we're back in the red again. You're the most in the red athlete I've ever had, but I'm also the most decorated. So
that's because he's actually prepared for things.
Yeah, he's on another planet.
Yeah, he's dialed.
Shout out to Pierce, man. I love that guy. He's the only reason why I finished Moab. But I know what it's like to do an unprepared 100. So I'm going to tell you what an unprepared broke man's 100 looks like.
A pole blow 100.
Dude. Debbie cakes?
What are Debbie cakes?
Like honey buns. Like,
okay.
Come on, dude.
Okay.
Honey buns, fudge rounds, zebra cake. You know what I'm talking about. Bunch of them. I'm talking about a lot. Big 3 boxes full. Okay, honey buns, Debbie cakes, pretzels, salt and vinegar chips. I'm not making this up, bro.
Yep.
Pickles.
I'm so excited for the pickles.
Get some pickle juice. You get some ketone IQ. I love those.
Ketone IQ?
It's like a little like shot. It's like ketones, like in your brain or something. Like it's like I don't know what it is, but it works.
Okay.
Get the ketone IQs and energy drinks. You're gonna need a lot of energy drinks. People take about caffeine, this and that, and the third. You're gonna need it. Maybe not. I always start off with caffeine. A lot of people wait till like hour 12 or hour 20. But you crack one of them ghosts. Shout out to Kayla and Ghost team. We need some ghosts from Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla, please help.
Sponsored by Ghosts for sure.
Kayla called me while we started this pod, so I got to call Kayla back because I'm gonna beg her for help.
Definitely.
Yeah,
we'll get the ghosts out there. Get a bunch of ghosts. Make sure they're cold.
Make sure they're cold. Okay, so drinks should be cold.
Preferably, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Not necessary, but you're going to need a bunch of water, a bunch of electrolytes, all the snacks in the world. Get your favorite snack, whatever you love to have as a snack. Peanut butter jelly sandwiches, Uncrustables, loaded up, chips, loaded up. Because the beautiful part about running a 10-mile loop 10 times is that you're going to have to stock up enough because you'll have to eat a little bit and nibble as you go. Because 10 miles, like 10 aid station runs, you could pull it off and be good, but like, you want to have those snacks, fruit snacks in your pocket. Get the best. I got a Solomon vest. I can let you have it, or you got the Camelback. So that one you had today works perfect. Power banks for sure. Like you don't want your devices to die, and I always forgot my power banks, and I was always looking for a charger, charging my phone in a tree. Like I don't even know how I did it. Like dumbest thing ever.
Why don't you want your phone to die?
For safety, and also I like play music. I don't do the whole. You could do the silent thing. That's cool. You could get some peace with yourself and the Lord and stuff. But I listen to audiobooks and I listen to music.
Yep. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm gonna read like 3 books.
Yeah, crack a bunch of audiobooks. I cracked.
Yeah. Curate a playlist. Bunch of electrolytes, favorite snacks. Pickles.
Theragun.
Ketones.
Oh, you're gonna need different type of lube for your toes. It's called Squirrel's Nut Butter. So it's like.
So I need crusty butt. Or what's it
called? Salty britches.
Salty britches.
Not crusty butt, bro. Salty britches.
Okay, so I need some salty britches.
For your britches.
For my britches. And then I need squirrel's nut butter.
Squirrel's nut butter for your toes.
I feel like that's like nut butter should be a...
Yeah, you think it would be reversed.
It'd be opposite. Okay, so nut butter for the toes.
That's right. And if you're lucky, get some Injinji toe socks. Game changer, bro, to avoid blisters. You probably want to tape your feet up. Depending on, have you ever gotten blisters before?
Oh, yeah.
So you get blisters. You gotta do blister prevention. That would take you out on a slow 100. It's not gonna be heart rate or anything. It's gonna be the blisters on your feet. Because once you get to mile 85, I didn't tell you about this, you're going to run into what we call frying pan feet. And that's the name I came up for. It's basically your feet. It feels as though, imagine you're standing on an oven.
Yep.
You got 2 cast iron pans. And they're both that flaming. And you just walk, boom, la, 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 la. Frying pans.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. It doesn't even make sense what your feet feel like at mile 85. It literally, you are not.
I'm not ready. No, I'm actually because it's a bunch of like low micro fractures plus blisters plus bruising plus swelling.
It's retarded. Now, what's also going to happen is the July 4th sparks in your legs. And so your Achilles tendon is literally going to feel like it's snapping. Like you're going to imagine like Tom and Jerry when they're like hanging onto a rope and it's like bloop, 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 bam. And it's like they pull it apart. That's what your Achilles is going to feel like. So you're going to feel this July 4th. So you need Theragun to massage it and do your thing. You can get Tiger Balm. It's like this.
Yep. I know Tiger Balm.
Thing.
Yeah. It's like icy hot. Yeah. Very similar.
BioFreeze thing. Good shoes. 2 pairs of shoes.
2 pairs of shoes.
100%.
And so I got
really one a half size bigger than the other. And you put that one on second.
And so I've got
you could do it with 1 pair of shoes, but I would say 2.
So I've got these marathon shoes, but they're like carbon Hokas, so they're real rigid. And I think I'd probably want to start with some like real rigid, tough shoes, and then I've got more like soft shoes for the back half. Or like, how would you?
Yeah, if you want to do it right, you should be good. If you want to really buy a new pair of shoes and go to Fleet Feet and they'll get scanned, but you're probably good with what you got. But
Fleet Feet?
Yeah, go to Fleet Feet or any professional running shoe store that's legit, and they'll have a foot scanner. You can actually get your foot looked at. It would be worth it.
And can I get that done in like 24-hour notice? Because I fly back on Wednesday, so
you could do that on command.
Okay.
They have it.
Cool.
In any city. So let's think from the floor up.
So 2 pairs of shoes.
2 pairs of shoes.
Socks.
Digi socks. Nut butter for the toes. Compression pants.
Compression pants.
All the way down. Leggings.
Yep.
All the way down.
Yep.
Compression pants for sure. Best invention. You'll get hot though. So you'll, depending on how hot blooded you are.
Thermal regulation.
I can't stand it. So I usually take mine off. Get some good shorts. Get some good, like, you don't want to wear boxers that'll hug you right here. It's going to tear you up bad. So get some of those like Dick's Sporting Goods, Under Armour, like whatever type thing. Or
like super flowy boxers.
Yeah. You can do some research on what works for you best, but like whatever is, you don't want to have any cotton anything. You want some compression type stuff, or you get some shorts that just has the liner in it, like the Lululemon shorts, like you just raw dog that. Which is. But
so I want something that's gonna hold my.
You want the cocoon taken care of, and you want the anti-chafing is the most important part, or else you'll get scrunched up.
Yeah.
And then sure, don't worry about taping your nipples. That's
no
kind of dumb.
That's some soy boy shit.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
soy boy stuff.
Let them bleed. Let them bleed.
Let them bleed. One of my buddies, Logan, there, I was talking about, he runs with no socks on purpose. Just to callous his feet. He's a nutcase.
Schizophrenic.
Yeah, he's a schizo.
That's where my.
And then headlamp for sure.
Yep.
Gotta have a headlamp.
Yep.
And then it's the snacks and the drinks and stuff. You want plenty of drinks.
Yeah. But pairs of shorts and leggings actually kind of matter. And then I'd probably want 2 layers up top, so like I'll have like a running jacket.
Yeah, you want a handful of shorts.
Yeah.
And the biggest.
So changes for shorts and shorts.
Because you're gonna be sweaty and nasty. And one of the easiest ways to hook yourself up is to redo your clothes. Also,
that's actually.
You can also get one of these little Crest little toothbrushes, disposable. They have these little. It's like even more on the go than on the go. It's like little throwaway, little tiny toothbrushes with a drop of toothpaste in it. It's like
ready to go toothbrush.
Like ready to go camping toothbrush type thing. You brush your teeth is gonna be the best thing ever. It's like a real It's like an actual revival technique. Like
changing clothes and brushing my teeth will feel amazing.
Man.
And you do that at the aid stations. Like when I'm on the go, I'll probably bring some lube and a charger and my phone and snacks and water
and power bank. Multiple power banks. And ideally you have someone making sure that you replenish your energy stores, just because you want to be contactable at all times. Because something could go wrong. Like at the beginning of Moab, you have to literally say, if I get lost, hurt, or die, it's my fault. See ya. So this is not a game. Like for real, it's war.
Yep.
So
yeah, at least I'm running in loops. I'm not stoked that there's a serial killer that is notorious for killing on this trail at night over the weekend, but
LBL 100, we'll see.
LBL 100.
Hey,
maybe we catch him.
I'll give you a pistol.
I would love a Glock. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little guy.
Dude, you know what? I went backpacking. I did this whole solo backpacking trip. It was so fun to just walk around with a pistol in my pocket.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll run 100 with a little Vicky.
The track, I was tucked, and I felt good. I didn't care. I was in the dark. I was wishing Sunday would mess with me.
Dude, it's actually like there's something like the extra pound and a half carrying a blicky when you're running around in the
You know what's
dark.
really interesting? I was at Yellow Jacket Stadium, and I was running like 10 miles, and I was like mile 6, mile 7. I was like kind of getting spooked out a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have any protection on me at that point, but there was somebody that appeared, and they sat on the bleachers, and they just watched me run, and then they were gone. I've got the recording on my meta glasses. It's literally what's the word? Paranormal activity.
Paranormal.
It was sketchy. So yeah,
There's some sketchy shit in Austin. I've had a couple experiences like that, especially in the woods out here. There's something about the woods in Texas, or just being alone at night in Texas.
you gotta be ready, bro. Bring it on. Bring them demons on, bro. You're gonna get down with the
The devil is a liar, bro.
Yeah, man. We're gonna win too. So
We already have.
you are gonna crush this, bro, and the whole world's gonna see.
I'm
Or at
so
least
stoked.
about.
Bro, it's so cool because it's like calling a shot and then making it of like,
Oh, once you declare it, this will be out in a few days, and we're gonna have at least 50 people see it. Let's do it for triple digits, baby.
yeah, dude. It's one person's my mom. She's gonna watch this. She's gonna be horrified.
My dad's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're famous now. You're on the fucking internet. And whoever's watching this, our 28 viewers, we really, really appreciate you. I don't know who would want to put up with us yapping for this long.
There's something about the 211 subscribers I have on YouTube because like I went viral on Instagram because of some brain rot. Like the 38,000 followers I have on Instagram, like I'm grateful, but like it was from brain rot. I didn't really earn it, but those like 211 subscribers on YouTube, like they mean the world to me, bro.
I'm just 200.
Let's go.
Coming, bro.
Let's go.
What a ride, man. Such
What
a
a ride.
pleasure. I love you, dude. I can't wait to see you hit this new PR, and that'll be a good stopping point, but this is just the beginning, bro.
Dude, the post-game interview is going to go so hard. I'm stoked.
We'll set it up, bro. We will literally set it up. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, man. Well, let's call it.
Have a good night.
See you, bro.
Good morning. Wait, what's the good morning, good afternoon, good night?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Austin, Texas. LBL 100 coming soon. See y'all.
Like and subscribe.